there it is. Okay. Thoroughness. I'm digging it. Okay.
Could have really done it, but I'm not farting into my microphone. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
And everybody can hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Everybody ready?
Yes.
Too bad.
Three, two, one, go.
Ready.
All right.
Cool.
Last
with the
time
sixth
on the Redeeming
toe.
Faith, our party found themselves approaching their final target, the challenge of their crusade, set on the path for which they were set on the path by Saren Ray herself.
There you go.
That old fashioned's
kicking
hitting
in.
me a little bit. After coming into the room and having a rather short conversation, the party found a masked figure besides Olgameth, whom some attacked and some other tried to free. While
shot her.
attempting to free this masked being, Lyrana revealed herself to be a Rakshasa. Rakshasa. Who then attempted to
Total bitch.
total bitch, and
Total
kill
dick.
Genevieve, although she rolled like crap, like she's been doing this entire campaign.
Ew.
On brand!
Kisses.
Yes. The party, upon killing the Rakshasa and trying to decapitate Olgameth, found his body being resurrected by an enchantment eerily similar to that of the Dawn Martyr plate, the plate of the Dawn Martyr that Genevieve now wears. Having killed Olgameth a second time and fully separating his head from his body, the party then gathered together for a hasty retreat as the temple and everything around them began to collapse and explode.
Like they do.
Like they do. And with that, we are going to the battle music.
Does anybody have any healing
There we
spells?
go.
I'm quite injured.
So again, as a recap, the stalagmites in the room have started exploding. The temple has begun shaking. There is an overall a slight earthquake can be felt in this tower.
Okay. I grab
Need to
the
fucking
masked
leave.
ladies' faces. I grab the face. Lorana?
Are you said you're taking the mask off, or
No,
you're
she's-
just grabbing?
No, I'm not taking it off. I'm grabbing a hold of this lady's shoulders. I'm like, Lorana? Is that you?
It nods its head.
So I proceed to grab as much of the shit that's Lorana's on the Rakshasa as possible.
Okay. You won't be able to take off the armor, but you will. There is a longsword +3, and
Okay.
what looks like
Grabbing that.
Roll a quick investigation check.
Alright. Fuck!
Yeah, there's a longsword +3.
Alright. So I grab the longsword +3, I shove it in her hand. And... Did anybody get a loot the demon? Devil?
We need to fucking leave!
We need to. I mean,
I could
it's
use-
probably.
As you guys are discussing, you hear from the door in which you entered the room.
Let's go and
Okay,
heal
let's
along
leave.
the way.
Yeah, let's leave.
Anybody got
Alright.
healing for me? I'm down very low.
Clouds, 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 clouds.
Clouds.
Is lay of hands instant?
Yes.
Yes.
Out of
I
combat.
slap 31 healing
There's a
onto.
subscriber.
Well, look. Yep, Molly resubscribed for 2 months.
Oh.
On a 2-month streak.
Here we go. Cal's like, I have a mass healing word. Everyone gather around, quick.
Alright, so I guess I'm not gonna do that.
That's
No, I'll still need
It's
that.
probably not going to be enough.
Oh,
if
okay.
I can find his freaking character sheet.
Oh, and the love letter! So,
I should have
that
that
back.
like I had suggested.
I steal the love letter back because I know which pocket she put it in.
Oh, unfortunately, no
World
doggo
is
today.
Kalamazoo.
All right, last
D&D.
one. Mass healing word at. No, we're gonna do that.
Wait.
At 4th level.
Cast, if you have it still, cast Beacon of Light first. Beacon of Hope first.
Oh yeah, good call. Good call.
So
Oh,
while this
right.
is happening, Richard is gonna go over and go, what the fuck is this cat?
Beacon of hope.
Just start rifling through this cat.
So
You say
okay, so go ahead and
cat?
roll an investigation check. for
Rakshasa.
Rakshasa.
It's better than hers.
You see that there is there's not much else on it. The armor is too obviously being worn to it'd be too difficult to remove in a timely manner. But you see a burnt circlet on his head that is cracked.
This is mine now.
While he's casting, I'm gonna run over and shove Olgameth's head into the bag of our handy haversack.
Okay. Go ahead and mark down one Pit Fiend head or Olgameth's head, whichever you'd like.
It's definitely gonna be Olgameth's head.
All right, so
Ah,
that
ah.
was the wrong.
What?
That's
I would hope
weird.
that's the wrong one.
That's weird.
So it would be
Okay, so mass cure wounds.
3d8.
So 3d8. Everybody gets 24. 24 hit points.
That
helps
tops
a
me.
lot.
Everybody.
Do you still need
I'm
healing?
close.
Wildrith?
Yes, if any extra could top me off, would be perfect.
How much?
I'm a little bit over half. I could
Make
use...
this quick, please.
Here's
You
31.
fucking
Damn, slap.
thief.
You got it.
Okay,
31.
perfect, got it. Now I'm good. I'm at 62.
And I am tapped.
Let's go.
All right.
Leave. Time to leave.
Run.
Let's go now.
I snap my
Fucking
fingers.
go now. Time to leave.
I cast
Get the out of
wind
here.
block out of the beads on everybody.
Okay. You all instantaneously turn into
Yay.
mist.
Here we go. All right. Lead the way. I'm terrible.
Instantaneously.
This is good. I remember that. Call back. All right. Let's go. Let's
So back
do
to you,
this. Let's get down over here.
And again, the door.
I make a jet for one of
Is
these.
someone like hitting the door?
The looking at it, the door at each time it is hit like gives a little bit. It looks like there is something slamming it, trying to open it.
Right, shit!
Oh,
Run, run,
let's
run!
Go.
Left.
All right. Is there a back door?
I
What's
yell
this?
left.
I'm
and I
afraid.
start
Door looks
flying
open
towards the
here.
left
This
door.
is a different
As
door,
you
right?
guys coordinate
Dash.
yourselves, the door bursts open,
Oh shit!
I hate when that happens.
and
Already
you
missed.
see
Missed.
2 corrupted paladins and 3 Aaron Yes in the hall.
Yeah. No. Oh shit.
We're dashing like fuck.
We're dashing the fuck away. We are
Um,
not ready for this.
Yeah, we the hit has been carried out. She didn't say anything about what fighting the nonsense.
We killed Hitler. Fuck the rest of the Nazis.
So,
Oh, they're just
I'm going to
following
hiding
me.
in South America for all I care.
so as you reach the door,
God damn it, Krieger.
the door is closed and locked.
Fuck.
Oh shit!
Run for the other door
I'm just
because
gonna try
I
and
don't have
strengthen
time.
it real quick,
You
'cause
can't.
fuck it.
You're in mist form,
Drop your missy mist.
and that takes a minute. So
I gotta
run-
drop mist. That's fine.
Run to the
I'll
other
drop
door and
mist.
try to open it.
Strength check.
Or see if it's open.
Nope.
You can't force
Nope.
anything in your mist form.
It takes.
I said I dropped mist form.
Oh,
and
it
then
takes
tried
a
to open
minute.
It takes a minute to
It
drop
takes
the
a
mist
minute
form?
to
Okay,
drop it.
time to look for a window. Are there any windows?
There is no other window. You can check the other door.
I check the other door.
As you move over to the other door, the Aaron Yes, as a group, fly in, and they get about halfway into the chamber towards Cal and the masked figure, who have not yet moved because they're waiting for direction.
Cal, goddammit, fall
And all
over!
of a sudden you hear
Yeah.
something much larger coming down the hallway.
This is all bad.
Cow, mask, let's
And
leave.
suddenly, the doors burst open even further, and this monstrosity of a creature
Ah.
bursts through and runs directly up to these Aaron Yes, whom all turn, and they immediately begin fighting it.
Does it look like
What?
an elephant?
That's nice.
It does not look
Fucking
like it.
blood
it's on the
war,
screen.
let's go.
I was
Yeah,
just
it's
checking.
Going bad!
Doesn't
Okay.
Is
matter
that
the
door
power.
unlocked?
Cool, cool, cool.
The
Is that door
door is
unlocked?
open.
We go.
Alright, let's go! Let's go! All of us go!
All
Run!
right. So you all rush out the door as you hear this battle going on, arrows being flung,
Shit, shit, shit.
the clash of steel
fuck
and
dicks.
flesh and screams. The Aaron Yeses scatter surrounding this Garistro, beginning to fight it. You all exit
know
the
what's
door
nice?
and
Not
are
to be part of the
immediately
battle
met
for
with
once.
a balcony that overlooks the entirety of the city. You looking over the city, you see explosions of lava coming up from the rivers. The moat that surrounds the keep is in total turmoil. There are spurts of lava coming up everywhere. Waves crashing down, rocks seeming to come in from the sky as if from nowhere.
Fuck, 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 fuck.
We're
double-
dashing straight to the meat point.
Yep, dashing to the, and it's I believe behind the tower, correct?
Do we need to do anything to alert that
It was
guy
on
that
the-
we're fucking
No,
running there?
we're on a time limit. We're running out low on time even, so we have to get our asses there.
All right, let's go as fast as we can.
All right,
To the
so
chopper.
You
Get to
begin,
the chopper.
You begin
Go away.
dashing your way. So let's get a stealth check from everyone.
Yep.
You are not at disadvantage if you are in plate armor because you are Misty Mist.
Hopefully,
Nice.
I can make up for. Oh, you
Damn.
guys.
The
You guys
rolls
made
are
me
not
so
coming
much.
through today.
Okay.
So a
Cal needs-
total of 45.
Yeah, can we create a curve?
Oh.
God
Cal.
damn it.
What about a little baba baba?
The Baba
Lady
Baba?
face.
The mask.
Lorana.
What's her tits? Cool. We
Oh
all
man,
suck.
nice. All right.
Apparently, we're glowing holy light.
Um,
Glow
so
cloud.
as you're dashing through the skies, Quildrith, you're ducking in and out through parts of steam and smoke. You're concealing your form using what wisps of air and debris are out there. Everybody else is just making a mad dash for the tower.
Fuck, 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 fuck,
Guys, come on, guys!
I need everyone
I'm
to make
actually yelling as I go.
I need dexterity saving throws from everyone.
Except for Koki.
No, everyone.
Woo!
What is going on today?
Come on!
Oh shit!
Got nothing for my crit
Wake up,
stuff.
homie. We're gonna die here.
Okay.
Yes,
so,
The unlucky's beating you guys. This is not good.
Alright, I'm changing my name to Vanove. Let's hope that fixes it, because TJ ain't rolling.
Game over, man.
Dexterity.
Game over.
Dexterity. Oh wow. Okay. So
All right, okay.
Vanove, what's your modifier?
+4 if he's within.
What
range.
just happened?
You hit the back button on your mouse.
Damn it.
No!
So it'll take him 20 seconds to get back
Ah!
My modifier for stealth is...
there. No,
No,
your
your,
pally
um,
bonus. I
Your
think
pally
yours is
bonus for your
+4.
saving throws.
+4. Because I'm with
Plus
everybody.
4?
I'm
Okay.
with my friends.
Is it +4? What's yours?
My personal one?
Yeah.
I believe it's +3.
Okay, because your stealth roll, you were getting a little split from the group, and I think the highest is Quildrith's, who was zipping in and out. So yours is 3, but that brings you up to a 10. Doesn't cut it. So I need you. You failed your next. So you are going to take.
10 damage.
You take 10 points of fire damage as the lava that you are flying over spurts up and sprays you.
Oh, God.
As
No
you
one
head
told me there'd
further
be
into the
lava.
tower, or towards the tower.
Shit.
You continue to fly towards the tower, and I need everyone to roll a quick perception check.
So exciting.
Quick question.
B.
Yes.
Did anyone else take damage on that?
There we go.
No, because everybody made the check of 11.
Ooh. Squeaking.
Turns out lava flows are easier to predict.
Well, I was gonna ask because I had a nat 20 if I could just shove them out of the way.
Well, if
No,
his
dude,
shield
it's
could
fine.
attract them as
I
they're
was at
coming
full
towards him.
health. Like, it's
Bitch,
good.
I'm at 136. Shut the fuck up.
91. Like, it's fine.
That's why I was trying to ask if anybody else took damage.
Gotcha.
I mean, if you really want to take it, you can.
Nah, he's fine.
Perfect.
Again, that's more why I was asking for everybody
Um,
else. Unless he's being a dick
So
about it.
perception from, I need a perception from Richard. So everybody but Quildrith, you see 4 figures flying towards you. In the
Ah,
air.
shit.
I think we got away without anyone noticing.
Well, he's the stealthy one. Let's just fucking
It's-
dodge.
And they are
Keep
heading.
running.
This is you guys. Here's the tower. They are flying towards
Oh,
you from
so
the tower.
I assume you're making some sort of visual. Let me reset my fucking.
That's all right.
Evasive
Um,
maneuvers.
So there are
Engaged.
4 figures flying towards you from the tower.
We need to find somewhere we can.
So they are
What are
between
they
you
made
and the
of?
tower. They are dark. They are dark spots. They are far away. They are getting.
I'm
closer
doing a
by the
barrel
second.
roll.
Are we beyond the lava and everything? Where we can
You are
go-
over the city at this point.
So I kind of point down
How
to the
much-
streets and start to dive into the streets so we can weave in and out of buildings.
You don't see.
Do
them.
we have time for that?
Oh, I don't see them. I keep on keeping on.
Do we have? I mean, just
I
'cause
dive down.
I'm really unclear on what the timetable is. Do we have enough time to dive down into the city and try and weave and duck and weave, or
Well,
Do we have time
the
to
thing is,
engage
we're
somebody
not
in battle?
sure
No.
about it. Let's not battle.
You guys
But
also
we're not sure exactly how much time we have to get to
your
the guys.
communication is limited. You are in mist form.
Yeah, so we can only gesture.
Yeah.
As the one with the crit deck save, I'm just diving towards the city and hope everybody sees me because I also was not stealthy at all.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
go
also
and-
diving
too,
towards
and
the
I
city
point-
too.
I point
And
to
I
the
make sure-
figures following us as I dive with
Okay.
them.
So you, as you
Ah,
dive down,
Laron is with me.
you are much faster than. So you are able to get down to the city streets almost instantaneously as the figures begin to swoop towards you. You are on the city streets.
Okay, we're gonna
I try to dash
keep
in the
dashing,
front
I guess.
and then go through, see if I can see buildings with open windows.
There's plenty, but the buildings are they're cracking and some of them are collapsing in on themselves. The earthquake that you felt in the tower is tearing the city apart. You see some buildings vanishing in entirety, almost phased on out of existence, while others crumble into rubble. Others disappear below pools of lava that form directly underneath them.
Okay.
So we have time to mad dash and maybe take some attacks of opportunity
Well,
and still be faster than they are.
I'm skimming roofs at this point.
Yeah, well, I'll kind of like try to do the same thing I was trying to bounce into any like plumes of that are clearly smoke.
Okay.
And kind of try to get them to lose my trail that way, just trying to blend in with the smoke and kind of look around and gesture and like kind of quick point to the smokes and just run through it and kind of try to give an example, but not
Okay.
I
but
follow.
not have time to check if anybody noticed.
So
Yeah, I'm gonna be attempting to do the same thing.
Should I do like a performance for their perception?
Why don't you guys do a perception check to see if you can see his example? I'll give you advantage because you're already looking to him.
I don't know why I rolled performance. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so you guys all see him ducking in between this smoke. As you move through the streets, you're getting closer to the tower. The tower does not seem to move its focus as it did before. It is a fixed point on the horizon. It is outside the city. You guys move towards it. The figures spread out. You now see that they are 4 Aaron Yes. They begin to spread out. They do appear to have lost the party from what you can tell and going into a search mode.
Holy shit, guys. Okay.
More like Aaron, no, am I
But
right?
they are still heading in your general. You guys are on like a collision course, unless you were to go around them, adding more time to your movement.
How high are they in relation to the buildings?
They are.
How close
they're
are we
about
to the
100
exit?
feet up, but they are beginning to move down towards the city.
How close are we to escaping?
The tower is probably maybe a mile, maybe more. You can't tell. Distance is hard here, especially now that the terrain actually seems to shift. The horizon falls away in some points and rises in others, and almost is consumed by lava in other points.
Yeah, I'm thinking we gotta move around.
We can't fight him, right? Like,
No.
No, we
Can
No,
they
we
hurt
would
us
have
in
to get
mist
on the
form?
ground.
well, we don't not only have to find a place, but we'd also have to transform back. So seeing this, I'm gonna just immediately
How-
jet to the side and see if anybody follows me.
Okay.
I'm
Wait.
also jetting.
how
Okay.
vulnerable are we in ghost in this form?
Still vulnerable
Aaron,
to
yes,
any attacks that aren't physical, non-magical attacks. So
You
we can take
you
magical
are much
damage.
faster. You have a movement speed of 300 feet.
it's ridiculous.
So
well, let's just
you would know
fucking
at this
go as
speed
fast
you would.
as we can.
Yeah,
you
we're
would
just
suffer
gonna go as
one
fast as
attack
we
of
can.
opportunity.
And
Yeah, we're gonna
side
just-
around them,
Okay.
hopefully.
Okay.
All right. So you're all blasting around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Assuming it's not too far around. I don't know. I feel like we should just go straight.
Well, it kind of depends on what their formation is, but I asked that.
Oh,
Oh, it is. Sorry, I didn't hear you. It is. They are on like a skirmisher's line, a straight line. There is about 50 to 60 feet between them, and they begin to swoop down into the city to the point where you guys.
Because I'm gonna try to go right under the one on the end.
Okay.
So that
They're
way,
behind.
because
Far
they're
right.
60 feet apart, they can't. We'd only get attacked by one, and
If they're 60 feet apart and we can move like 300 or whatever, you just dart in between two of
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Yeah,
let's-
that's That's
for
what I'm-
the
They're
gap
behind
Okay,
us,
yeah.
aren't they?
No, there's
Oh.
people behind us too. These are also in
Oh.
front of us.
Yeah,
All
we're
right,
gonna
let's
do
just
the.
let's shoot
Let's
the
do
gap.
the. Who wants to? Who's in front?
Richard
Yeah.
goes.
Richard goes. Okay, I follow
Richard
Richard.
just
Okay,
bombs
follow
us.
All right.
Is it the
For
gap?
everybody shooting the gap, let's get just a simple dexterity check.
Dex check. Shit!
Ten's
So
not that bad.
as you shoot in, you know what? I'll give you a Quildrith roll again. I'll give everyone advantage
Fuck yeah.
because you guys are much quicker.
Who didn't roll at advantage?
So
Roll for Cal
Vinove and
what's your tip?
Genevieve, as you guys, so Richard and Quildrith are able to shoot the gap right away, and you see the two on the end begin to converge, like they saw maybe Vinove pass through and begin to converge on where they shot. And as you dash, you each are going to suffer an attack of opportunity.
Fanovi rolled a 20.
It's fine.
I rolled a 22.
Oh, I'm sorry. Just Genevieve then.
Just me.
Genevieve taking
Yeah,
up the
you gotta
rear.
roll for Cal and what's her tits.
I
Yeah.
do have to roll for them. Thank you. Oh.
I know it's Lorana. It's just funnier.
It's funny because now we have even more reason not to like her.
It dropped
okay,
their
Quildrith
thing
still
when my
likes her.
thing
Isn't that fun?
bumped out.
Yeah.
Stand by. How do you
This
guys
is
like
your
the music?
elevated music. It's actually really good, man. Good selection.
Thank you. So as you begin to shoot, oh god, where'd she go? That's not what I wanted. I'm so hyped for my own storytelling.
Well, dude, you're maintaining a great pace. I gotta say.
Okay, so they are going to. Dexterity.
All right.
All right, so yeah, it doesn't even have to do advantage.
Still just enemy.
All right, so it's just Genevieve. You end up taking up the rear unintentionally, and Aaron, yes, are able to converge on you. And as you get to try to shift to the side, one of them, just one, does get an attack of opportunity. 11 doesn't hit. All right, so it swings for you, and you are able to just completely dodge it with no problem as you begin to shoot past, and you hear as blaze past.
Lane of blood.
As you zoom past, you notice that the entire group turns and begins to follow you.
I'm just gonna keep going
All
as
right.
fast as I can.
You begin to move closer and closer to the tower, and as you go over the city, you now let's get a perception check from everyone.
Rolling like gangbusters.
Like the kind of gang that snaps.
Richard and
Only the guy who
Genevieve,
has no plus.
as you're zooming over the city, you look down and you see combat everywhere. There are bone devils fighting the monstrous thing that burst into the throne room. There are Aaron Yes and Dark Paladins in battle against snake-like creatures with multiple arms. The shadows seem to come to life and swallow bearded devils whole. There is a war happening in this city below you as you zoom past.
Gotta get the
Entire place is fucked. Let's roll.
You You begin approaching the tower, and you see it. There is terrain. It is in a hilly location. There is no buildings around it whatsoever. You see collapsed ruins, and a few of those devils and demons fighting each other on the southern side. And I'll give you guys a little perspective here. So this tower stands probably, now that you're actually are able to see its unaltered physical state, stands about 200 feet tall. A giant statue of Sarenrae sits on top of it with bat-like wings instead of her bright angelic ones. A dark wispy smoke emanating from her hands.
Do we see
We're gonna look around for the dude.
Do
Yeah.
we see the meeting site he described?
You see an arcane circle.
That do we have enough to know that?
You don't actually.
I don't.
Richard sees an arcane circle.
How close is it to the fighting?
It is
Good way off.
I mean it's a couple hundred feet. It's on the map, about 100 feet.
Yeah,
No,
120.
sorry. I can't see the whole thing because I'm zoomed in.
You do not see Abraxas.
Don't we have a thing that we need to do to summon him?
Well,
I'm diving on the backside of the tower
I'm following, and then.
Yeah,
here
also.
to
Same.
float. I don't know about here.
Can you ping that
Also-
again?
Okay, go ahead and move your tokens.
Okay.
Here, I'll move mine, and then you can all know where the fuck it's going. And I'm actually going to begin concentrating to turn off the
Same.
stupid
Okay.
fucking cloud.
Ditto.
Same.
So you guys can
Um,
go ahead and take off that little circle thing on your character token if you are transforming back into your solid state.
Yeah, how do you do that?
You click the little. So when
Click
you
your token, and there's like a circle icon underneath it. Click that, and then
Oh, okay.
it'll be under the options.
What if I...
Nova killed himself.
They're scrolling down.
Okay. So as you concentrate on holding your form, you find it difficult to concentrate because there is a full-on battle raging
Question.
just
I have a
100 or
question.
so feet away. Yeah.
Do I with Warcaster?
No.
I mean, I
I
know-
guess that was just flavor. It's not real.
No, I know.
concentration.
I'm just saying. I think the flavor of Richard is usually like, I'm fucking done. Let's get the fuck out.
Richard is able to
Fucking
just
concentrated like
he,
a motherfucker.
he
right
nails
now.
it about 2 or 3 seconds in front of everybody else.
And
Woo!
Gudruth is about 5
I
seconds behind because he is fucking freaking out.
You hear
waved-
just in the distance. Fire! Fire! Use the air! Surround them! Bring them
Richard is
down!
gonna
Bring
just
them
press
down!
up against this tower.
Wildrith, come here. Wildrith?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. I gave you the scroll, right?
Oh, I have the scroll, but we have to get out of here before I can use the scroll, so we can't use it here.
Can't use it here.
No, we need Abraxas to get us out of here. Abraxas
Are you
gave us
sure?
a giant coin, and I reach in and try to find that coin in the handy haversack.
You pull out a coin.
As
As you pull it out, you hear a voice emanating from the coin. Holy shit, what the fuck? Where are you guys? Do you have any fucking idea how long? Are you there? Hello? Just fucking answer me. If you don't answer, I'm gonna fucking go. I'm
hey,
just
we're
gonna
here.
fucking-
We're here. Calm down.
Oh, thank the just whoever the hell you pray. Where the hell are you?
It's Seren
I
Ray.
just
Come
say
find us and get us out of here, please.
Where
Arcane
are you?
Circle.
We're at the rendezvous point at the summoning circle at the tower.
You're at the tower already?
Yes.
You were supposed to call me before you got to the
We did-
tower.
things got shitty here.
Oh, shit.
May have noticed.
Well, I'm not at the tower. You'll have to give me a minute or two.
Make
Well,
it quick.
shit.
Things are real shitty.
I don't know if you noticed, but there's a few demons about.
Then stop talking to me and get here as fast
How
as you
far
can.
away is he?
How far away are you? Is there another rendezvous point we could use?
No, that's the only place I can transport you. Just hold on.
Just
Okay.
how far? Tell me how far.
All
He
right,
said 2
so
minutes.
we've reached, boys.
I yank the coin out of Quilver's fucking hand.
Weapons out.
How fucking far are you and in what direction?
I am in the fucking city, and I'm gonna be there in 2 fucking minutes max. I'm doing a lot of misty steps, a lot of just hold on. I'm only so fast.
Can we come and get you?
No.
Okay.
Let's just.
All right,
stay
no dimension door for you then, fucker.
So,
I think dimension doors only good up to 300 feet.
500, which is why I was trying to find out how far away he was.
No, that's fair.
that sounded like he had some dimension doors. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that was the word I was searching for. What I couldn't
Oh, is that-
remember.
okay.
Dimension door.
I'm gonna go ahead
pull
and
out my sword
transform into an anti-paladin. We'll go with the first one that we fought.
The Oathbreaker.
Oathbreaker.
Okay.
Richard is going to turn back into mist.
Okay.
Oh yes, good plan. I'll also change back into this.
All right. Go ahead and
Oathbreaker's not in my forms anymore. Oh, there it is.
if you guys are turning back into mist, go ahead and click on your icon, and then roll a stealth. Everybody roll a stealth check for me. If you are mist, you can roll at advantage.
And I'm gonna just go hang out in the back. Oh, no, never mind. That's stupid.
You are behind a very
terrible
large
either way.
tower from the
Yeah.
fighting.
Oh, finally.
Great.
Fuck. I forgot to take advantage. so,
Advantage.
Oh,
roll it again.
advantage. Shit, yes. Much better.
Oh, fuck. You had to hit it the same time I did.
Yeah,
Got my hopes
sorry.
up.
I stole your luck.
Stop it.
Yes.
Don't steal my voice too, douchebag.
That's what Cool
Okay.
just does.
All right. So you guys revert back into mist and kind of tuck into the shadow of the tower. As you do this, you hear more and another large impact, sounding like one of the Garistro have fallen, but taking quite a few of the devils with it. The battle begins to rage on. You're still waiting. A minute has gone by.
I mutter a breathless and soundless prayer to Sarenrae that watch over us, holding the ghost form of my beads and my book. I pulled out my book and have held it to my chest, just praying ferociously. Please, like silently, so nobody can hear it, but it's just, yeah, in my brain, it's like, please watch over us, I'm still with this task of you. I pray for you, please watch over us, oh my Jesus Christ, like kind of sort of thing. Like,
Jesus got in there. All right.
just freaking the shit out.
As you say silently to yourself, "Amen," you hear a pop as Abraxas just appears in front of you,
Immediate
way.
concentration to change back.
looking at the six of you in just all wispy form, and is like, "You gotta be shitting me! You weren't fucking ready."
Alright.
Pop back in, of course.
And then we make ourselves ready.
We
Okay.
had you said 2 minutes is a long time right now, so we thought we'd be.
Enough talk. Enough talk. Everybody out of mist. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
All right, so we were a little cautious, but that's fine because you were here faster than I thought you would be.
Go, go, go,
Get us
go,
out
go,
of here.
go.
Get in the circle!
let's
Get in the
go.
circle!
No, I'm in the circle already. I'm the only one in the circle.
He
Lyrana,
moves
Cal!
into the center of it. Lyrana, still masked, is just basically has been holding your hand this entire time because she can't see.
I'm holding very tightly to her. She's
and
in so
Abraxas
much
begins
trouble
to
when we're out of trouble.
mutter
but-
to himself and begins tracing runic symbols in the air, and as he traces each one, a blue arcane light follows behind his finger, and as he completes it, you see a rune flash in the circle next to you. Finishes another one, another flash. Finishes another one, another flash. He gets to his fourth one and begins tracing it, and you hear and an arrow impacts the ground.
No, it doesn't.
Right next to a.
It impacts me.
Oh, because he has the shield of missile attraction.
And he's 10 feet away. It doesn't hit Abraxas. It hits outside the circle, like near the group. Like maybe
Would
it was
would
pretty
it have
far away.
flown anywhere within 15 feet of me?
I thought it was 10.
15.
I'm pretty sure it's 15.
Okay, so we'll say so. The arrow, ting, just impacts Richard's shield as he's holding it.
The fuck you.
I ignite my sword and stand at the front.
And Abraxas kind of distracted.
Continue, go! Shut up!
All right, and begins. The force symbol lights up and begins tracing it again. Lights up, and at this point, you see two of the Aaron Yes that had been fighting one of the snake-like creatures with multiple arms. Begin flying towards the circle, shooting arrows
Sword
as
on
they fly.
fire.
The fifth one, he traces it, lights up. Two more arrows. Actually gonna. So.
The moment
22.
one gets within 50, 60 feet, I'm gonna cast banishment on them.
They're shooting it from back here
I
as they're
channel
flying. So
divinity.
these are just back here. So does 22?
Hold on, I
Richard?
channel divinity, and I use Turn the Faithless as an action. You present your holy symbol. Each Fey or Fiend. Copy this in.
You had this the whole time.
I did. They
They
have to
are
make a wisdom.
way
They're
out
not
of 30
within
feet.
30
They're not
feet.
within 30 feet, so wait.
They
No,
are-
I know. I'm just gonna activate it.
Oh, so okay, so you're
He's
holding
getting
it.
holding it as an action.
Okay. So Richard, does 22 hit you?
Yes.
Okay. So you take 6 points of piercing damage, 4 points of poison damage, and I need you to
Still
roll-
immune to poison from Hero's
You
Feast.
are immune to poison, so you'll still take the damage. You just won't be poisoned. So 10 points of
And
damage.
flip at the bird.
So the arrow flies in and strikes just below your shield, right in your thigh, but barely getting past your armor. You lift your finger up and just abreast. Oh shit! Begins
Shut up and
tracing the
go!
last one, and it lights up, and the circle begins turning and turning. The Aaron Yes still coming towards you.
I activate Channel Divinity.
They're not quite within range. They're
That's
not.
fine. I
they're
just
not
want the glowing
dashing, so-
symbol to just show out so that like the dwarf guys.
Okay,
Feels
so
better.
you hold it out, and I mean, Abraxas isn't affected by it. They're gonna
It lasts
fire
for it,
once
so.
more each. That crit will hit,
But it will not be a crit.
but it will not be a crit. So you take
Holy fuck.
29 points of damage.
I'm fine.
Still immune to poison.
Still need poison.
So this arrow strikes a lot deeper and actually impacts you just in a small gap in your armor. Doesn't quite pierce enough to take major damage, and they're still flying towards you. And the circle begins to spin. That same blue white energy surrounds you as you feel your essence similar to the Misty Step. Just
Like being pulled through a straw.
and you're pulled
It's like being
from
pulled
this
into
plane
Thanos'
of-
butthole.
from
Like
the
having
city.
your brain smashed out by a large slice of lemons wrapped in a large gold brick.
Just,
What?
Yeah,
not
check this
bad.
guy. That's a Pan Galactic Armor
Yeah.
Blaster reference.
And you find yourselves in a similar spot, not exact, but similar to where you first left with Abraxas outside the city of Dis.
Do I know how many people the scroll will take?
I think it's. I don't know actually.
I know we
There
figured
should
it
be
out
one in
once
your- should be
because
one
I
in your
was like,
inventory.
I should.
I think it's 10.
10, okay. And there is 6 of us, correct, with our 2 extras?
6 and 7, including the ferret.
7, okay. Abraxas, would you like to leave hell with us?
What the hell did y'all do back there?
We killed Olgameth.
Yeah, he's no longer with us.
Well, that's
We got his head in bed.
swell. Now,
Here's-
since we were in a little bit of a rush back there, and I understand, I didn't really feel like doing any kind of negotiating.
Of course.
Where are
Right,
my magical
yes.
items?
Oh, we could do that, or we could give you a barter to get out of hell. Do you want out of
What
hell?
do-
I'm
we're gonna
perfectly
negotiate.
content within hell. I have a job here,
Right.
one I'm quite good at, although it looks like one of my points of destination might be a little bit off the track for a little while.
It's not
Hey,
like
what the fuck do you want? Just
yeah.
I pull out.
Magical items.
I pull out the 2 ropes of entanglement, the blue cords. Give him the 2.
Takes him. Okay, all right. Begins
slide him.
muttering.
I just hand him the glaive of wounding just cause.
As you hold out the glaive, he's like, I can get that at the dollar store. Get that out of here. Now these are
That was-
interesting. The weapons of an Aaron, yes. These will definitely cover half of your trip. Now, I'd be more than happy to send 3 of you back there in a lickety split, or you can finish the rest of your payment. I don't want to be rude, but I just want to make sure the terms are clear.
Pull out the one.
Oh, he
of
doesn't want to be
Identify,
rude.
hand it over.
Thank
One
God
of
for that.
Identify for you. Yeah, very useful.
You like
inventory, I
lich
assume.
fingers for any reason?
Not particularly a fan of lich fingers, but I do like thinking outside the box. I really appreciate that.
I have this weird sword. I pull out that cursed greatsword.
Okay.
Give him the fucking orbs of memory. We're not gonna
Oh
fucking
yeah,
do that
pop
shit.
these out.
The information is fucking
This
valuable.
sword is already cursed and like really
Oh, no,
no
we're
one's
doing-
ever gonna
we
use
need
it.
3 more
anyways.
items.
As
or 2
Vinove
more
hands
items.
out the sword, he like takes it and he's small, so he's like, shite. All right.
See, I don't think we could even give you much more than that
And-
without
and-
it being a major issue.
And touches it, just like, oh, I like this. Now this I really like, and snaps his fingers and it disappears along with the 2 ropes. All right, now that will about cover everything.
Fantastic.
All right.
Perfect.
Now, if our dealings are concluded, I'd like to leave and never see your faces again.
Okay.
Because
I
I
didn't
kind of
like you
get the
much
feeling
either.
that you're
It's
going to
fine.
be wanted
Let's
from
go.
here on out.
I missed a
Only
lot of what he just said because Mike cut out.
Oh,
Oh, well, that'll just take about care of everything. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd love to leave because our business is concluded and I'd never like to see your faces again because I kind of get the feeling you might be wanted people.
but you're adorable.
Let's
Oh,
leave.
thanks.
Let's
go.
Fuck yourself.
I'm happy never
And
to see you
I
again.
pull the scroll and
unpleasant
immediately
little
cast
person.
planar shift with everybody selected as my
Okay.
scroll of dimension shift.
Where
with
is your
everybody.
target?
My target is back at the church where we started
Okay.
because I know you have a map for that.
Nope. The target is the road in front of the church where we started.
Fair
Right.
enough. Right outside of the church.
Well, I mean, you
because the church has got all
so you begin focusing on it, and as you read the scroll, let me get an intelligence check. Make sure you can use the scroll. Yep. I mean, you're taking a minute. You kind of stumble over it a few times. You begin reading. You're not really used to using the arcane in this way.
Goddamn Evil Dead over here.
No, not Seminole. Somatralas.
Let me get a perception check from everyone else.
Conda!
Kalima?
Do you need me to translate? Or how you
Perception
do-
check.
Perception
I don't
checks
have-
from everyone else.
Oh, crikey. Hey, look at that.
Okay. Zenevieve?
Alright, perception.
Damn, y'all are perceptive as shit.
I'm glad I didn't crit, because I'd have to re-roll that shit. I still have
No,
all my
you're out of
unlucky
Actually,
the
dice.
unlucky points for the day.
He still might.
I'm not.
You could still technically roll for your eye.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's true.
did, and she's fine.
I can verify he did roll for that shit.
You ever see me do that? Probably rolling for something for Genevieve. Okay, so Vinove and Genevieve, and actually, yeah, all three of you, you hear marching.
What's that?
Irta Bardamotu.
Hey,
You guys are not on the street. You are in like an alley behind a set of buildings in rubble. So you're not immediately seen. You can't see the road from here, but you do hear what sounds like a large army marching down the road. You guys, everybody but Vinove
We
speaks
shift
Infernal,
more
right?
behind the building for safety.
Richard, do you speak Infernal?
No.
I do.
It's me and Genevieve.
I speak both,
Vinove's
so I speak
Abyssal,
everything.
Right?
yes.
Yeah, I speak all of it.
Okay. The voice is yelling, pick up the pace. The front needs us. They've breached the city.
Reach.
And as you're looking around, besides this marching, the furnaces and smithies that comprise the majority of the city are brightly lit. They seem to work in overtime. You are actually much, much harder than you were when you first entered the city, and you realize it is a lot more active, and everything's
Soldiers,
kind
do
of
you want to
working
fucking go?
Syllabus, Quorifalis,
Roll-
symbolisms.
Roll another intelligence check.
Who is anyone intelligent among us? Is there anyone who can
What's
read
this word? I don't know this word. Someone
Yes,
help me.
probably the one with the mask on, who probably actually knows this spell.
Oh God. How do we take them?
I kind of shove
I have
everybody
a
trying to get
0
help with this spell.
intelligence
Can I
modifier.
get assistance?
Can I do a history check or something to help, or an Arcana check to help figure out the scroll?
You're trained in Arcana? Hell yeah.
If you're trained in Arcana, you can make the intelligence check at advantage.
Okay.
Are
Oh,
you
well, that
proficient
only
in
brings me
Arcana?
to a 9.
Yeah, I'm trained in Arcana.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and if you want to take the scroll from him.
You guys see Quidrid start.
Do you want me to? have a
This
look
is
at
you,
it?
help me! And he kind of like hold the scroll out to you. So
Why
you
do we
can
keep
like,
fucking asking for things? We just gotta go.
See, this
Genevieve,
character-
the masked figure is like tapping you and like
Alright, I grab it and I show it to her.
What?
No,
No,
she's
hold
like-
on.
She can't see
She's
the mask.
pointing
She
at the
can't see
mask.
through the mask.
All right, I rolled a 16.
Tear it off of her. I'll
actually.
take the damage for
thing-
her.
Did I read? Can I read it?
yes. So you Vinove, you begin to read it, and the marching does get
Oh, no.
Uh, Genevieve, tear her mask out. I'll take the damage for her. Go.
Alright, and I go and I rip it off.
strength
Right.
check.
Strength check. Let's see. Fuck.
8. It begins to come off, but you can't quite get it. It's getting
gonna-
there.
I'm gonna rip again.
Do it one more time.
Oh.
And you seem to find what it was caught on and rip it off and
How much damage was it?
well, let's find out.
Of course, he made her yell.
11 damage.
Perfect. I take the damage for her so she doesn't yell, and I just go because
Okay.
I'm expecting it.
All right, so you take 11 points of we'll call it slashing damage. and Vinove, you read the symbol you finish reading the scroll, and just as you're about to teleport, Genevieve, you see Lyrana's face, and she recognizes you, and just wraps her arms around you and throws a deep, long kiss onto you as the entire party.
It's all bloody because her face is just
Yeah.
torn.
No, it's actually my face is bloody. She's fine.
And as you kiss, and it is a kiss that you have not felt in a long time, and it is genuine, and you know in your deepest soul that this is truly her this time, as you are pulled out of hell, and you find yourselves outside a familiar building. There is city streets, and probably for the first time in quite a few days, an ease. There is
Richard
no
immediately starts stripping.
unbearable heat. Richard just starts peeling off armor in the middle of the road.
Yeah, I
I'm
bring pictures.
joining
I'm
him.
like,
I'm
you
over
were in
it. I'm
so
taking my
much
armor off,
trouble.
too.
I didn't think so.
What the hell happened?
I was taken. I went there. I was trying to find you. I was trying to find redemption from what I did to you. And Cal, is that really you? Richard, you see that your mark is larger than when you last seen it, but it is still burnt, but it looks scarred.
Scarred, not active.
Not. It looks, for the first time you've seen it, like it might be beginning to heal.
It's technically the first time Richard's seen it, 'cause it's been under his armor this
Well, that's
entire
true.
fucking time.
I cast cure. I look over at my. Or no, I'll wait. No, go ahead.
Lyrana just looking around frantically. I came to hell to try and make up for what I did to you so many years ago.
What did you do? Like, why did you leave? Like, I heard the Rakshasa tell me some bullshit, but
It was
what was
Olgameth.
it?
He came to me in a vision as Sarenrae. I thought it was my holy duty to try and. I thought I was being tasked with saving Valenhall, Valendor, and it was a trick. The fiend that I killed was an innocent. I broke my oath trying to get out. I was selfish. I was scared. I couldn't come back to you until I fixed this. And
You idiot! You idiot! And I just give her a big hug, and I'm shut the fuck up.
she just breaks down in tears. And Cal walks up and puts his hand on both of your shoulders. I'm so glad you were finally reunited. I'm sorry I didn't realize it earlier, Genevieve. I should have seen it.
For a moment there, I thought, oh my god, that wasn't you, and that like you were gone, and
It was reading my thoughts. That mask, I could feel it pulling my memory. I fought it every chance I could, but I couldn't beat it. It just the only thing that kept me sane was the thought of you, and it used it against me.
you saw everything.
It forced me to watch it lie to you. It forced me to watch everything that it did, every plot in its head, every step that it took against you. It made me know.
Well, then enjoy the final words it heard from me. That son of a bitch.
It's good to know that it's truly dead. You killed it on its plane. It's not coming back. And she just you're in the middle of the street. People are walking by. There's horse and cart. Just people are staring at you. Richard is still naked. He has gathered his armor and begins his walking to the
Not
temple.
naked, underclothes are still on. Thank you very much.
It says underwear.
Underwear walks.
Walks his ass into the temple, not his bare ass.
My bad. I misunderstood. As
That's
you
how I
walk
read
in-
it too.
Okay. So you guys begin to cure your own wounds.
Actually, I surreptitiously try to cast it on Lyrana because I shot her with an arrow.
Okay.
I just like I just kind of like I walk by and I like as I'm kind of I nod to Genevieve and I kind of like put my shoulder on Lyrana. Sorry about the shot. My bad. And
Didn't even know it was you. I don't blame you though. You can't trust anything.
That's fair. And then I slap myself in the forehead and cure myself with the higher cast one and cure the face tearing that I just took.
Okay.
That's better. Okay. Oh
Thank
wait,
you,
shit.
Pat.
And
Culture.
I kind of like run inside before, kind of looking around, make sure nobody saw me because I don't know how people take the changelings and run inside and kind of like close the door.
As you're into the temple.
Yeah, into the temple.
As you're all
Why
kind
does
of,
he think that's the weirdest thing people have seen today?
That's probably the naked guy with the burn on his chest, right?
He's my distraction.
I head in
I'm
with
naked.
them. I'm holding on to Lorana, and then
Fuck
I double check to make sure Icarus is like. I pull Icarus out of the pack and just give him a nuzzle and walk inside with them.
Icarus looks confused, looks sweaty, but happy to be out of the pouch.
Real Lorana, see? That's real Lorana. Here. And I just kind of set him on her.
He perches on her shoulder and is just looking up. She's still wearing the raggedy cloak and holding this long sword with no real way to sheath it.
Oh, we need to get you cleaned up.
Yeah, I would love a cold bath.
Let's go.
Okay. As you walk into the temple, looking around, it seems to be in better shape than when you last left it. A little better cleaned. The lawn and shrubberies, flowers outside are better kept.
How long has it been? What was the girl's name? I'm so sorry.
Lyrana?
No, the keeper of the temple.
Oh, Yondir.
Yondir, are you here?
Are you? Oh, from inside the temple?
Yeah, inside
Okay.
the temple.
So you
Yeah.
guys enter
We're
the
all going
temple, and there is just a slew of people as you walk in.
Oh,
There
Oh.
are a couple of guards waiting at a pew as their captain talks to them. There is a group of adventurers, it looks like, receiving healing from a cleric as he begins to hold his symbol out, and a glow surrounds them, and you watch as their wounds seal. You look around, you see people praying in pews, reading books of the Holy Light and Truth. There is at the far end a teacher teaching a group of children that look impoverished to read as they eat food.
oh, that's a proper temple.
Richard just holds, with one hand still cradling all his armor, the other hand just holds his shield up in the air as he just kind of walks back towards the room that we had to begin with.
As you go to walk up there, one of the cleric that's healing the adventuring party kind of walks up. Hello. In need of some healing, it looks like.
In need of a bath.
In need of whatever
All of
feels
us.
being in hell for a little bit. That was not
Oh.
fun.
Hell, oh, that's
I look over at the statues.
a new one that I haven't heard. Just please give us a minute, and we'll be right with you.
What happened to
Yondir
the rooms
here?
we had?
The rooms that you had.
Oh yeah, we had
Yeah,
just a
we were
little
staying with
get-together.
Yondir.
Oh man, I had a chest full of stuff.
Oh,
I mean,
None-
my whole life
dear.
was in that trunk.
I understand. I'm sorry. I will be right with you. Please let me finish with these adventurers, and I'll get right back to
The
you.
statues look right.
I look at I inspect
Pull
the
out.
statues.
I pull out my viol and I just sit in the pew and start playing some music, just
Okay.
cause why not?
I'll go next to him and start kind of singing along with the tune, trying to start the
What?
the telling of our tale.
I'm not playing no hymns. It's not happening.
No, it's just this is
That's
more. It's
just
more of like a
right.
bar tune.
It's a lively tune. I don't really have that loaded right now because they took away all my music.
Alright,
So
I'll pull out my sham and join
look
him.
at this. Who was looking at
My
the statues?
lyre.
I'm sorry.
I was and
Richard.
Richard was.
You see the statues. They are visages of Sarenrae. They are not altered or tampered with in any way that you saw in hell. They appear to be the same that you saw the last time you were in this temple, although looking to be repaired. The two by the door are in much better shape, and there is an individual in the back left corner that is repairing one of that statue as slowly as he works.
I'm gonna go pop a squat next to that pillar that I popped a squat to before we left.
Okay. Lyrana
I'm playing
is-
my lyre with Vinove.
As you're playing, Lyrana is standing next to you, and she hasn't taken her eyes off you. Her smile is that of one of contempt. She's barely holding tears back from her eyes. Cal walks in and begins talking to the guard captain a pew ahead of you. After a few minutes, the cleric finishes with his adventuring party. Words are exchanged. They thank him, and they all kind of just sit in the pew and take a moment, it looks like, to revel or enjoy the temple. The large dragonborn just looking around. Well, the cleric comes up to the group of you, looks over at Richard.
Hello.
Well, sorry about that. What can I do for you guys? Healing, I'm guessing.
Well, actually, Yondu is who we came for you for. She sent us.
Right. I'm sorry. I guess word travels a little slow. It's been about a week since the service, so but I'd be more than happy to show you to her marker.
What?
How long?
Crying out loud, are you
What year is
serious?
What happened?
Yeah.
What? I'm sorry. What year is it?
How
Ever
old
since-
was she?
How old?
Oh, she lived to a ripe old age of 84.
Cool,
yes,
we were in
Oh.
hell for fucking ever.
Man,
Yes, we
I
saw
thought I
her.
was
She
late
was in her
before.
20s.
This is really unacceptable.
We thought we were here a week ago. We went to hell to save
Don't happen to
Sarenrae, and we came back. Oh my god.
I would
I'm
like-
don't have-
older.
You don't happen to have like a 60-year-old chest that maybe a traveler left here a long time ago? Had some books, had some notes, a lot of unfinished works. Maybe a couple of compositions or two in it.
Let me. We still haven't finished dealing with the estate. I could check on a few things. But please, if
For now,
you knew
can't we get a-
Yondir, follow me. I think she'd like you to see this. And
Yeah,
he
might
begins
as well.
walking towards the back of the temple, or actually out the front door of the temple, and he leads you around the back, and on the way you see again the trees are taller. They're in a much better bloom. Vinova, you see that these trees are much healthier, not only older but just healthier than the last you saw them. Being familiar with the forest as a furbog.
As we go, I pull out my white scarf and start placing it over my head, ready for a ritual of blessing.
Okay. Are you in your changeling form still?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm wrapping my head so that only basically the eyes are still available. Still my same form, but basically putting it on as kind of like a holy garb, getting ready for it to bless her grave.
Okay.
Can I talk to the trees?
Absolutely, you can talk to the trees.
So I go, so you are probably the only ones who really saw what happened here. I thought I'd ask and see how things have been since maybe you last saw us, if you remember.
Well, it's been quite a while since I've seen a furbolg? Guessing you're
It's
the
probably-
same one.
You're cutting out, bud. I'm sorry.
Well, it's been a while since I've seen a furbolg. Guessing you're probably the same one.
Yes.
Oh, I tell you, there seems to be a darkness that was lifted off this place maybe half century ago. People seemed a bit happier after that. The sun shone a little bit brighter.
Well, all right, all right, all right.
Hey man, you got any barn spice? Be a lot cooler if you did.
You know, it's got some demon blood in it, though. If there's any bond spice nearby, though, you let me know.
I'll bring it to you.
You tell bond spice I'm looking for it.
All right.
You know what's great about trees?
Fuck yeah.
I keep getting older, but I swear you stay the same age. Yes, you do.
Oh my god.
Oh.
It's fucking beautiful. It's so beautiful. Oh
And
my
then
God.
I have something I must attend. I'll thank you for letting me know.
Course. As you walk
I-
away,
I-
you hear the tree just kind of.
I start humming it too. I start humming that
Are
tune.
you,
a little.
are you pounding on your chest? Full
I think we got
McConaughey. Full McConaughey.
Beautiful. 10 out of 10.
So you continue down, and the cleric leads you to a cemetery. And in the very back, or sorry, the very front, the first tomb that you see it's simple. It's large. It's made of just stone, nothing fancy. But on top of the tomb sits 4 small statues.
What do the statues look like?
They're not greatly detailed. Again, this is not an overly fancy tomb. It is simple. There is an inscription next to the figures. The 4 statues, there is one that seems to be wearing strong armor, and the symbol of Sarenrae has been intricately carved over several points on his pauldrons, on his chest, and even on the greaves. And a shield adorns his back with just the symbol of Sarenrae. The other statue is a female with a very finely carved smile. And even though it is a small statue and somewhat featureless, the smile, you can tell, is intricate and kind. The third figure is taller and holds a hand out. And again, even though it is a simple carving, the gesture is that of someone reaching out to help, to pull someone up. The fourth is a figure that is wearing a hood and cloak, but stands bravely and is pulling a mask from his face.
I think the big one's the best.
The inscription reads, "To the great redeemers, though not many will know your tale, all will be in your debt."
Ah,
Oh.
welcome to being living legends. Get used to it.
What?
I recommend start going to bars, singing songs. Don't worry, I'll help. Don't worry.
Does this mean I can go back to Valen Hall?
I mean, that lord's probably dead and no one remembers why.
Oh my god. Oh,
Uh,
really?
I go over to the
Richard.
grave. I pull out my oil.
Your
and
family.
which is
Oh,
running
no.
out the last dose
One
of my oil.
Richard,
Um,
what about your sisters and brothers? You had those, right?
Yeah, we'll see. I have a feeling age took.
are you headed back to to see, to visit your family.
Oh, I'm waiting for Shao Kahn to show up.
Would you like a companion on the road, young Richard?
Not sure I was going to leave yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
if
we
ever
need
you
the
need-
bath first.
The cleric interjects.
No,
if
of course
I
not
may,
leaving right now. I
I'd
just
be-
mean whenever you leave, I have no place to be particularly. So if
we
you'd
can't
like
ready...
a traveling companion, I'd travel with.
Want to get fucked up on some of my
I
family's
think
wine?
this
that's
gentleman's
fine
trying
by
to
me.
say something.
I've never turned it down.
Oh, by all means, I don't mean to interrupt.
That's
But-
okay.
Well, that
That's
tree's
okay,
talking.
The cleric turns around. No, it's just me. But we do have a few rooms still available that we'd be more than happy to house you. And again, I can't offer my healing.
Would you,
Again, what?
Offer my healing.
would you all like to join me in blessing her grave?
Yeah. Yeah,
I'll,
that sounds nice.
I'll leave you guys.
It's okay.
I'll
We'll
be
back.
inside. And he walks off.
I go and I
That
poke my
guy's on
statue.
hot spice.
I go and I poke my statue to see how sturdy it is.
It's
It
solid.
breaks immediately. No.
That's what I said on mute to her.
I put the I put the oil, the last bit of oil as the last drop comes out. I pull out my last candle, and I kind of dig it into the dirt a little bit and light the candle so it'll remain even after I light both. I ignite my sword, light first the candle and then the oil, and then I unignite it and attach it to my belt. And as I sit down in front of her grave, I kind of kneel and be like, "You sent us on a quest. You had no idea where it would lead us, but you knew it was the right path, and you were the one that provided the guidance from Sarenrae to set us on this quest where we had no business in succeeding where we did. You were the hand, you were the voice, you were the mind of Sarenrae in her most dire times. And I hope no one forgets that, and I know I never will. And I think I don't need this anymore." I take off my hat of disguise, and I put it on her grave.
Oh.
And then you guys see like a single teardrop from Goldrith's eye.
I
The
pat him
oil-
on the back. It's like, that was beautiful.
Thank you. I think I can.
I
do
trip
that.
on my words, so I'm just gonna let you do it.
No, I'm pretty much done. If you have any words you got to send.
The oil that you marked the grave with, in a
The Ark
This-
of the Sun.
yes, the symbol of the sun, it soaks into the stone in a manner that you really haven't seen, and the stone seems permanently darker.
Thank you. Okay. Anybody else got anything?
No,
Excuse me for one moment. And Richard goes to walk kind of by that tree that Manoa was talking to.
Okay.
It's a little behind it and just throws the fuck up.
I'll see to him. Don't worry.
you
Been
just
a
hear,
long
you just hear in the
fucking
distance.
week.
I
Inspiration.
think it's time that we go in and get cleaned up.
That guy kept mentioning healing. We must look quite.
You kind of look at each
mess
other.
Right
You
now.
all look like you're just sweaty. You're gaunt. You look a little dehydrated. You've been drinking
Oh.
from the endless decanter, but
All
it's
of my
hell.
clothes were in that chest.
you kind of
I'm sure they'll find it.
realize, oh god, we stink.
Is that?
Yeah, you and I are
smell
gonna go
like
take a bath.
brimstone. So do you.
You smell like rotten eggs, like sulfur.
We
just
smell like
straight
sulfur.
Sulfur.
Yeah, I
Just
think I'd
pulling
rather
out the decanter and just like showering.
You know, he's
I'm still
Richard's
just in
got the idea.
underclothes, so it's
Yeah, I was
fine.
gonna say, Richard's got the right idea of it, that's for sure.
he does. He does.
I am
man.
very avidly trying not to look at the wet clothing contest over there.
Richard
I,
don't care.
I'm like, Lorana, let's go inside and get a shower for both of us. You need healing. I need a shower because I probably look like I'm injured, but I'm actually,
I'll-
for once, I'm not injured. My toe isn't missing. Nothing's missing. All of me is here.
Your
Minus my
eye's still
eyes.
gone.
My eye's still gone. Yeah, that's
Actually-
still gone.
I do
Lucky.
have one greater restoration left. Let's see if these beads are worth. Have anything left in them, eh? Would you mind? I kind of reach out my hand towards
You
your
have mass prestidigitation by chance.
No. No, I think I've gotten used to it.
Finger then. I kind of point down at her hand.
Think I've gotten used to that too. I mean, dragonborns don't have 5 fingers either, and they do just fine.
You know, I think you're right. I think you'll be just fine.
What makes you happy?
Besides, we've tried plenty of times. Trust me. I'm good.
Fingers knew it was the toe that
But
was.
Zen,
I was hoping
why
maybe if we're not in hell.
Zen, why don't you just let him try?
Uh,
What's the harm, right?
Alright,
She's telling
alright.
you what to do.
But what if he
Like you're
does that? My
married.
eye comes back, and then it gets injured because the fake eye still. Oh, okay, just do it.
Just hold on to that fake eye.
Okay.
It's pretty easy, right?
Let's see what
Okay,
happens.
okay.
I kind of like gently like touch her forehead and then cast Greater Restoration.
So as you cast Greater Restoration, the light that emanates, is this from the
Beads. That's
beads?
the only way I can't cast it by
All right.
myself. It's
So
literally the only thing left
light
in the
from
beads.
The light from the beads grows brighter and brighter, and right at the point where you're used to being able to cast it, it continues to grow brighter and brighter, and the energy moves from the beads and into Genevieve. And while there isn't anything with the eye, you see the finger grow just a little bit.
Holy shit.
Take that, you evil druid! Oh,
I can't believe it.
oh,
Bonus.
ooh. Oh, that's kind of weird. That's like a baby finger. That's...
I mean, it's not the size
Oh,
it should
it
be.
should
for
It's
sure.
not like a
Grow.
little tiny finger. It's just like it grew from here to like here.
I mean,
That
it's
skin
a
is
nubbin to get
The
it
ridiculous.
nub is
started, right?
longer.
You have a slightly longer
Alright.
nub.
I bet you don't
Run,
have
I
any,
have a nub.
I bet you don't have any fingerprints on that guy yet.
No, that would
What's a
be really
fingerprint?
weird. Let's go. I want to go inside and I want to rest. And
So as this
yeah.
is going on, Richard's just rinsing off like each individual piece of armor using the decanter like a hose.
I
Puts it
want to
on,
do
next
that, but
piece.
with warm water. I think after being in hell, we've earned warm water, right?
I
And
don't know. Cool might sound good. Hand me
think I
that
kinda
decanter,
want
man.
cold water.
I kind of grab the decanter next and start just.
I just
dousing
spray him in the face.
Oh, you fucking bastard!
Take it, fine.
It was like a
I'm done, I'm done.
1990s
In the
car
background,
wash
hanging with the
montage
boys. Cues
of
up.
paladins
Cracking open a
going
cold
on.
boy.
There's a slight crowd growing on the street, just watching.
Ah.
Like
Alright,
4 or 5.
move about your business.
Like,
I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna find out what sort of things, facilities. I need clothes. I'm a giant man, but
Oh,
I've
I
got
need
to have
clothes
something,
now too.
right? I'm
I
gonna
need
go
to have
see
actual
the
different
Emperors or
outfits.
something. I'm quite done with this armor. Paladin. Does anyone want a sword? Or does anyone need a weapon that hits real hard?
Are you giving it?
I'm good with my rapier, but
Why don't you?
This
My
might be.
sword. I don't know anyone else can fucking pick that.
Why don't
Lorana?
you leave it here as an artifact for the church?
I'm good with mine. It seems a little
Yeah.
big for me anyway.
Why don't you leave it here as an artifact for the church? That way, if you ever do need it again, you know where it's at.
I think it's time to retire. Honestly, I'm
I can agree
I'm
with
good.
you there.
yeah. I walk over to the tree. And I cast. What do I have? Some shit that makes vines come out of the ground. I make
entangling-
vines wrap the sword up, pulled up to the tree, and I tell the tree, when you see someone who really deserves it, make sure they have this. And then as I walk back into the church, I start taking off my armor. Just like the chest piece, I leave the under armor and stuff on. I'm not getting
Right.
naked like Richard, but
Are you like taking it off
Get
and just
naked, I was
dumping
in
it, or,
underwear,
like
fuck
carrying it as you go?
I'm not even getting that. I'm just taking off like the chest piece. And
Okay. So
Wicked jealous of my
as,
ass.
as you get, you're
have
the
to
first
sell
to
this stuff.
re-enter the temple, you see the cleric coming back, and he has a fairly medium chest, just kind of bringing it and
no
sees
way.
you. Well, whew. I don't know if that's yours, but
I
There's part
open
of,
it up and see.
Yondir's estate that just said the tall one.
Well, I mean, that's pretty likely to be me, right?
Why I brought
I
it. You
I
op-
didn't hear the response. What'd you say?
That's why I brought it.
I open up the chest to see what's in it.
It's your stuff. It's
Ah,
dustier. The clothes are a little
moth-eaten, but it's okay. We can do something with this at least.
Oh,
You have you have a bathing quarters in here in there anywhere?
Oh yeah. I'll take you right up. And as far as the clothes go, I know a gal down the street will be able to fix that up real quick.
As he asks for the bathing
Great.
thing, I
That'd
walk
be
through the door.
fantastic. I'll just I'm gonna go stop reeking of hell.
Oh well.
Agreed.
I'll show you all your quarters and then the bathhouse. All right.
Did you say she had an estate will? Is there anything else mentioned besides the tall one?
I don't believe so. It was just this chest that said the tall one.
Perfect. Yeah, that's definitely him. Look at the size of this bastard.
It sounds like he.
Well, I brought everything I had to hell with me, so if I don't have it now, I'm kind
To
of
hell and
screwed.
back, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you definitely look it. That's a little cleric humor there. Sorry.
yes,
about that.
about that room. Please take
Oh,
me
yeah,
and
yeah,
Lana
please,
to our
yeah.
room.
I have a feeling.
Follow me. I've got some nice single bed areas, some nice double twins. Kind of looks at you and Lorana. A queen size, if it's so inclined. Come on, follow me.
Oh,
It's
thank
right up
you.
these stairs.
Thank you.
Oh, sure, give her the queen size. Just kidding.
We
Well, you
have
want to
we-
join?
We have a room for furbolgs and Goliaths.
That's what I thought.
I'm just saying, like, I could use a queen size bed, just, just
You'll just
me.
connect two twin sizes, by length, and you should be able to fit on one, right?
Yeah, that works for me.
Just gotta sleep diagonal, right? I'm just kidding. We have one for Goliaths. We've seen quite a few barbarian Goliaths. I think it's unoccupied. Come on, follow me. It's
Oh,
right up the stairs.
perfect.
Vinove, before you go,
Understood that reference.
I know you don't have a next step in mind. I was thinking that I need to rebuild the church that burned down when I was a kid, but not for it to be a church. I realized, throughout everything that the greatest gift I was given was basically being adopted by Andre. I would like to start an orphanage, and I think stories are one of the most important things we can share with children. Would you be interested in stopping by every once in a while to teach them proper stories? Did I break up?
A little bit.
Damn it.
You
Alright.
talking to Vinove?
Yeah, I was talking to Vinove.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know you were talking to me.
So I was talking to you, it's like,
The only one
Vinove,
that's a bard that tells stories.
I
did you
tell
get-
stories.
Did you get the gist of it?
No,
Tell
it,
stories well.
it cut out.
Okay.
I was like,
Right.
okay,
Alright,
I
hold
thought
on,
you were
hold on.
talking to Mike, so I wasn't too worried about the cutting out.
All right, so I'm talking to you. So I was like,
Okay.
Vinove, I know you don't have like a next step in mind, but I'm planning on going back and rebuilding Andre's church. Throughout all of this, with the blessing through his words and seeing him one last time, I realized, the redemption can start before the fall, and I'm going to turn it into an orphanage. And I think the most important thing we can share with them is, children, is stories, proper stories told correctly. And I was wondering if you would mind, if not, staying and at least stopping in every once in a while to help me teach them, good stories.
Well, I've never turned down an opportunity to tell anyone a tale or two. Definitely will stop by. I gotta have somewhere to put these manuscripts and
Oh, and
tales of
once
mine.
once it's built, we can build you a library which to fill with your own books. You're written by you.
I mean, come on, I'm not gonna write a library's
well, no,
worth
I
of
figured
books
you
here.
might have some
Um,
books throughout. We would buy ones that you recommended, of course, for the children.
It's fine. Yeah, no, I'll stop by. It'll be good.
Perfect. I give him like a big, like, kind of like, to you it would look like almost like this super young dude who's like super enthusiastic and believes in, and you're like just this super big, genuine, warm smile.
Aw.
I give you a little thumbs up.
I give it back like a little too enthusiastically.
Well, follow me for you guys' rooms and the bath. Right up these stairs. And he begins to walk up the stairs. Are you guys following him?
Yep.
Okay. As Quildrith, as you go up, Cal breaks away from his conversation from the guards. Quildrith.
Cal. Oh man. How does it feel to be out of that fucking place? I kind of like give him like a friendly like tap on the shoulder and then like a small like just friendly smack on the cheek.
It's.
I know, right? I was there for fucking apparently 100 years and it felt like nothing. What year was it when you left?
Well, I think it was shortly before you guys went down there. I dealt with Simnor.
All right, yeah, so that was at least in the same generation.
Yeah. Not really sure what happened, but I wanted to thank you.
Me? For what?
I lost my faith down there. I thought I was past redemption. I gave up. I was honestly hoping you would kill me.
Well, I'm glad I tripped into you instead.
She's the one who actually got it all started. I just helped you calm down a little.
No, I know, but you encouraged me. I looked for every opportunity to run, and then you didn't give me that chance, and you gave me this book.
Well, continue. I'm sorry.
You made me believe in Saren Ray again. I thought she had abandoned us. I was moments away from death or worse. And you, Quildrith Zenevieve, you brought me back from that, and
well,
I can't thank you enough.
If you do want to repay me, no, this is totally a joke, but I do know of I'm going to be trying to rebuild the temple. I have some funding from my life before all this. We'll see how well that's maintained. But if it does, I will know of a temple that will need a priest. In case you're looking for a place to call home.
Absolutely. I've just struck up a deal with the guard. I'll be staying here for a little while, and
it's okay. Gives us time to get it ready for you.
Perfect. Yeah, I think I had to find, I guess, my great-grand niece's mind. I don't know. My brother used to be captain of the guard here, and
really, what was his name?
Oh, Hal. Yeah, no, I know. It's.
Oh, I feel bad now. I gave Hal a time. Although he gave it right back, so I can see where you get some of your inner steel.
Hal's.
Yeah.
I guess
I
was.
missed something.
Hal almost got Quildrith arrested, remember?
He wasn't there that night.
Oh yeah,
Because that was the night we played like 6 hours.
Yeah,
Your
TJ
brother
missed
I
actually
was there for
likes
half
me.
part
How
of
does
that
that
night.
make you feel?
Same. Well,
it's fine. Hal's kind of, and you see his expression just kind of droop a little bit.
Yeah.
Hal was kind of a dick.
Just curious. I know this is a random question. Do you happen to know the life expectancy of Drow?
Drow?
Yes, they're elves.
I
They're
mean-
quite old-lived, correct?
Yeah, they should be
Yes.
somewhat similar. I don't know exactly.
I just have one friend I can look up at this point, so I hope he's still there, you know?
Yeah. Well, I guess. Excuse me. Some of us are luckier than others.
And then I just give him a gigantic hug. I like bring him hold him for just like a
He
good 10-second
when-
strong man hug.
When you do it, at first he's surprised and just kind of relaxes and just returns it, and your armor just kind of his armor, although broken and torn apart, just clinks against yours. And
Did you two remember to leave space for Saren Ray?
You see Cal just kind of inching a little bit closer.
With that, I
And,
side-eye Lorana, kind of pull her, towards the room.
Quildrith, you hear Cal lean in and whisper to you, "You'll always be a brother to me. I owe you more than life.
You owe me
If you
nothing.
need
Saren Ray?
anything."
Oh, it's a Saren Ray. I need nothing from you. other than your friendship.
You have it and more.
Fantastic.
And as you break your hug, he slaps you on the shoulders. Now, I think I have some guard posting that I have to take care of. Captain, and walks back over to the group. As you guys begin to walk back up towards the stairs, the cleric, realizing kind of everything that's going on, has been pretty patient. It's like, all right, please follow me. It's right and as
It's funny
You
because
froze right on the finger gun.
No, he stopped. He
No,
was
I
frozen in
stopped.
real life.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
unfreezing.
Yeah.
That's the funniest part.
So
okay.
in the scope of the game. Oh, all right. Please follow me. It's right there. And he freezes, and everything around you seems to have frozen.
I'm Shao Kahn.
Oh, hell.
You look around, and the children are still. The teachers and the clerics have all just stopped.
I was afraid of this.
You're afraid of this? What is this?
I draw
Yeah,
my
what is
sword
this?
and ignite it.
You see
I
Coldrith pull his sword out, and the fire of Sarenway, the sword seems broader and brighter than it was before, seemingly empowered by not only the radiant energy given by the planar ally, but also the presence in Sarenray's temple.
I cast Spiritual Weapon.
I pull Olgameth's head from the bag.
I'm going to be really glad I put my fucking armor back on.
Yeah,
I'm sitting
got-
here with like no armor, no sword. It's fine.
And then
I got my stuff out.
as you all ready yourselves and you're looking around, okay, let me pull that up. Where would you like to
I
put
got it.
Okay.
I got it. I'm just gonna have it float
Should be
near
on
me.
magical items.
Okay.
We'll put. Let me correct a few things here.
And then I'll.
This goes here, and the whole party being dead.
And I'll cast Divine Sense.
So as you
60 foot.
cast Divine Sense, you are almost just reeled back by the sense of evil, the
Oh, for
overwhelming power of unholiness coming from the cleric. And you see him
Oh.
just relax.
I pull up the head of Olgameth. Is that what you want?
I'm not.
I cast
here for
Fairy
him.
Fire on him.
As you begin to cast it, the fairies begin to organize and reach around you, and you see him raise his hand and it disappears.
So just
I counterspell his counterspell.
Oh, that's adorable.
I have 1/3 level spell left.
I push Lorana behind me.
I'm not here to fight. I'm here to talk.
Well, if you're not careful, you'll be here to die.
What? Why are you here? Let's just let him talk.
Well, I wanted to come speak with the Great Redeemers. Your actions have had great consequence, one that you cannot possibly fathom. And you all recognize.
Pretty sure I know exactly what was happening.
You all recognize this voice. Everybody that looked into the Orb of Memory 1, this is the voice that came from the dark. This is the voice that figure that spoke to Zariah.
Oh, I
Nobody
wrote
else
this down.
noticed the fucking blood war happening beneath us?
I've heard that.
Anybody notice the fucking blood war?
Asmodeus,
Literal blood
you
war? that
piece
was
of
happening?
shit.
Yes, you know my name.
Careful, the devil's name is a powerful thing.
It is, but the devil is that much more powerful. Now, if I may continue.
By all means.
Thank you. I always did appreciate manners. Now, the four of you, as I said, your actions have had terrible consequence.
You're breaking up.
Your actions have had terrible consequence. and you might feel empowered, and you might feel good about what you've done, but
Or did
It
until
is-
this happened.
not my existence in jeopardy. It is yours.
You were never our enemy.
Her.
Olgameth trying to pull Saren into ours.
We just.
I am
why,
not here
why?
to exact vengeance, if that is your
Just
thought.
No, it's just a clarification
Well,
of
just
purpose.
let him talk.
Oh.
Let him finish.
Oh,
Very well.
it's simple then. I just came to warn you. You're powerful beings. You are driven by holy purpose. I figured you should know. Your actions have turned the tide in a conflict that you possibly cannot imagine.
I literally just said the fucking blood wall.
We do know of it.
Why does no one
We
fucking?
know.
How do you think we know your voice?
You know of it. But have you seen its scope?
We got a taste of it as we
A
left.
taste.
And
No, I mean,
through-
it's fine. We don't know the extent of the blood war. Get on with it. How are we in danger?
The demons, the horde of the abyss, they've taken Avernus. Empowered by the loss of Olgameth and his army and his oath breakers, they were able to turn the tide against Zariel. The first plane of hell was lost, and now they have access into your realm. So,
You demon or devil, we will
Fucking knew
defeat
Shao
you.
Kahn was going to show up.
Be it
Earthrealm's in fucking danger again. Somebody call Raiden.
Pathetic.
be demon or devil, it doesn't matter. I will strike their existence.
and that is so brave for one soldier. But what is one soldier amongst a war?
four enough to turn your tide. So it would be
No,
a little
please
careful
don't,
if you're trying to recruit us.
don't misunderstand. Not my tide. We fought on your behalf. Now, understand this, and these will be my parting words. You may have saved a dying god, but you have doomed your realm. Now, if you would like to change this fact, please, by all means, let me know. And
Retire.
as soon as he says that, everything just unfreezes, and the cleric's this way.
Does he still smell of evil?
No, the presence of
stashed
evil
my
is
sword.
just gone, and he kind of looks.
Sleight of hand. Kick my sword down as fast as I can.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I put my sword away.
So you're able to just gone. It is sheathed.
Fast hands.
The hilt has gone up your sleeve.
And
Did
and,
I,
and um, that's how you make a sword out of nothing.
Like this, and I try to
So-
make it reappear. Oh, you missed the
Oh.
punchline, didn't you? I'm so sorry. We'll tell it another time.
make a deception check.
God damn it.
With advantage.
Yeah, with advantage. It's Benevolent's helping you. All right. Oh, yeah, spiritual weapon. It's pretty handy. Okay. Like I said, the room's right this way. Yeah, a tall one. There's
Yeah,
we
my
do
name
have-
is Vinove. You can call me
I'm
Vinove.
sorry,
It's
Vinove.
cool.
I didn't mean to offend. I was kind of making
No,
a
no, you're
chest-
good. I'm
a
just
chest
just
reference. I'm not good with people. That's not true. I'm really good with people. Come on, it's we do have a room for someone your size. And he leads you up the stairs and into the hallway. And he points to one room. There you go. When you look inside, there is a. It's just twin size, but it's long. It's like 12 feet long, made for probably furbolgs and barbarians. He points to another room next to that, and there is a queen size bed and a setup for two. There is another one that is a simple full size with racks for armor or weapons, and then another room of similar make. And then your bathhouse is going to be just down the hall, the other direction from the stairs. If if you need anything, let me know. Any healing?
Actually,
I point to Lorana.
Just going to sleep this off.
More than
I'm not
welcome
really
to.
hurt much either, so no worries for me. Thank you.
Okay. If you guys need anything, I'll be right downstairs. And,
what's your name?
Ladies, get the bathhouse first.
Agreed.
Cassius.
We want to arm wrestle
Cassius?
for it?
Cassius.
Cassius.
Like Cashew.
Probably beat you,
with a
old man.
shiz.
I like it, Cassius.
Like you're still cutting out for us.
Like cashew, but with a shiz.
Well, Cassius, I like you.
Thanks. I like me too.
Did she ever tell you any stories before she died?
Yondir?
Yeah.
Oh. Loads. She single-handedly restored this temple.
I would consider writing her stories down if you're still doing the translation thing, taking maybe a break from it and doing
Translation?
Simnor before her used to translate books for money for coin when this temple was down on its luck.
No, not. It's not really a necessity anymore. We're quite well funded by charities, and people give pretty freely to the church.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
Her
If
stories.
you'd like,
Yeah.
there is a book about this temple. Yondir's the primary one, the protagonist, if you will. It's available downstairs by the altar.
Thank you.
In the gift shop.
And just for 3 gold, you can read it. Kidding.
Ah,
I told you I was good with people.
Yeah.
I've got jokes.
I have a feeling you're quite wise, but low on charisma. Probably the hunch.
Well,
And I stab. No, I'm just kidding.
I am a cleric, so. Alright, well, if you guys need anything, I'll be downstairs. Walks downstairs.
Lorana and Genevieve are already in the baths.
Okay.
they're fast. Jesus.
I think they have
Shouldn't have listened to
terrible
that guy tell that
burdensome
joke.
purpose upon them. I wink at him.
What? You cut out. I have no idea what you just said.
I have a feeling they have terrible, burdensome purpose upon them.
I just, I like to bathe in places where people haven't banged recently.
Don't worry, I think they changed the water here, so you don't have to worry too much.
Oh, they changed the water, yes, but do they really?
You hear down the hall. We prestidigitage the restroom between uses.
That's bring a mage, not a cleric.
Weird thing. I think I still have Olgamith's head in this bag.
Oh,
You're actually. Oh no! I'll say you put it away because the cleric didn't react to it.
We'll include it in my crit sleight of hand, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a feeling we should probably destroy the shit out of this, but it sounds like it's too late for it to be anything to be done with it. But do you know how to destroy a fucking demon head? I mean, there's like a
that sounds like a
clash.
Richard question.
Good plan. Richard! And I kind of like go over to his room and knock. Richard, are you decent?
I already had my fucking armor back on. What the fuck do you want?
Well, I didn't know if you're going to sleep. I don't know if you sleep in your armor. And I kind of like go into the room.
You
and
do
close
seem
the
like
door.
the type to sleep in your armor.
A moment at a time. I still have Olgamith's head in this bag. Do you know of a way of destroying it?
No. And beating the ever-loving fucking piss out of it? No.
I don't think it's gonna come back to life or anything. I just wonder if there's a way to destroy it completely. Like, do you have? I know you.
I hit things very hard.
Do you have
The guy
any
who hits
high-level smites left?
Yes, but given what the fuck we just... How is none of you...
No, it's not that. And I'm not worried about him coming back. I'm worried about somebody coming for it as a relic to try to raise the army of Olgamith once more. It's not that I'm worried about him regenerating. I'm worried that it becomes an artifact for those desperate and rallying around this as a symbol. That is what I wanted to destroy.
Fine. Let's go out back at least. Fuck.
Perfect. And then I kind of lead everybody out back and then make
I'm-
sure
I'm not
nobody's
going- I don't-
looking as far as I can tell, and then pull it out for
Roll a
this
stealth check.
fucking
I'm not. I'm just waiting for the
25.
bats. I'm not doing
Okay.
it.
You feel really confident that you are in an area that is unobserved.
All right, go for it.
Okay, it's a head. It hits. So roll your damage.
I figured, but I'm just doing this to make it way easier.
Yeah, and then whatever smite you want to add to it.
So would it give you a chance to use your max level smite? I'm just curious.
Pretty sure that's 6.
Yeah. So 8d8.
Roll
No.
beautiful 8d8
No, it's six.
footage.
Or sorry, 78.
No, it's 68.
What regular smite? No, because level 1 is 2d8, so it's 1 plus the spell level.
Plus
So
2 makes 3, plus 3 makes 4, plus 4 makes 5.
you said level 6, so 78.
No. I said it's 6d8.
Oh, I thought you said level 6.
I
spell.
thought
I'm
you said
sorry.
level 6 as well.
No.
I apologize.
All right, and that's roll your
Jesus Christ.
2d6 radiant damage as well.
Oh fuck. Damn.
Okay, let's see here. That's
A bit.
that'll do it. You surpassed it by 1 point. Very nice. So you,
I was gonna hit it again. I got another spell.
I kind of figured. So that's why it was so high. So you jam your quarterstaff into it, and it just before it hits, it glows with radiant light. And as the staff strikes into the back of its slack jaw mouth, there is a radiant pulse, and it just burst of light, and it vaporizes completely. There is no splatter. There is no bits everywhere. It just burns away in a radiant burst of energy.
Thank you. Richard? Do you have
Yeah.
a plan for what you're doing next?
Oh no, I couldn't hear you through cutting out.
Richard, do you have a plan on what you're doing next?
No.
Well, my thought
Back
is,
home, see if it's burned the fuck down or not.
of course.
See who I'm related to. Then no.
All right. It sounds like, unfortunately, I was going to start an orphanage either way, but it sounds like maybe more paladins. Any interested, I won't force it upon them. Might need some training, and you're one of the finest fighting paladins I've ever known. And if you could maybe stop by every once in a while to help train the new ones, or even be an in-house trainer of them, I think it would be something fantastic for the
Jot
next
down on
generation.
a map where the fuck I would need to go.
Of course, yes. Yeah, I still got to rebuild it first, but I will
Still,
mark it.
jot
on the
down on a map where the fuck I'm supposed to go. I'll
I
get
will.
there eventually.
I will.
Built's fine. If it's not, whatever. I can do three, I guess.
Perfect. Hey, Richard.
Eh.
I didn't like you at first. I thought you were kind of
Yeah,
callous.
sounds par for the fucking course.
But once I understood why, well, not necessarily why, but just the nature of you, I actually did come to like you. I appreciate you, Richard, which is why I've never called you Dick.
I called me Dick.
Play the tape. I don't think that's true.
Never in character called him Dick.
Roll a deception check.
With advantage.
With advantage.
Disadvantage.
My insight's pretty good.
Thank God you had
Running the
advantage.
fucking. No, I don't think I ever called him Dick in character. Sorry,
I
I'm genuinely thinking this.
No, I don't remember.
It's funny. His insight wouldn't have been enough to catch my fucking crit fail.
It was
Oh,
a crit
crit fail
fail.
always fails, but with advantage, I think I
But
got
yeah,
him.
it's. I'm pretty sure you did on the first one, like the first or second.
Okay, I didn't remember
I'm
that.
pretty
That's
sure you
probably
did
fair.
too.
It's fine.
That's probably fair. Once I got to know you, I didn't call you Dick again.
I mean, either way, he believes you.
That's fair. But Quildrith, if he had even the thought that he was telling a lie, would fucking take because he's Quildrith.
Fair enough.
Cool. All right,
Okay.
I'm back
Yeah.
inside. When I kind of like start back.
Am I still the only one fucking like freaked out at the moment?
No, I'm freaking the fuck out. That's why I want to train more paladins for whatever the fuck is coming. And I look at him and like I have panic all over my face. Do you have any better ideas or anything that we can do. Did I break up?
No, he's literally thinking.
Okay. I know. I couldn't. You think killing a devil will be to save your deity will be the finest thing you'll ever do in your life, and suddenly there's another greater, more terrible purpose thrust upon you. I don't.
If this temple is anything to go by, we now actually have a decent network
True.
to get information spread.
Yeah. That's a good point, actually. I hadn't thought of that. I thought of starting from the beginning. My brain is having a hard time reconciling where we were at with where we were.
And honestly, we actually had a bargaining chip with that thing we just fucking destroyed.
I know, but it was.
It's kind of proof stating that shit is about to fucking go down.
Yeah. True.
So,
But you wouldn't have
we can either
destroyed
get
it.
this fucking cleric to believe us and try to make everybody else believe him as he spreads the word for us, or we could figure out some other way of spreading the information that everything's about to get fucked.
Well, we do have a rather compelling storyteller on our side.
Yes, but bard stories is sometimes just fucking bard stories.
True.
Learned that the hard way through my brother.
So, maybe we build while he's and Genevieve. I believe she is quite the storyteller as well. Maybe you and me build the next generation and perhaps help influence the allies while they tell the story of what's
Do
coming.
we see if her celestial friend can pull any fucking weight now? She's out of fucking hell.
Oh, we should try to bless her, see if we can restore her. Did we notice if her eyes were celestial or not?
Give her a check in the morning after they're done with their fucking fun.
Agreed. Yeah,
Not
they
something
seem-
you thought of until now. So
seems
I'm
like
looking for it.
something they quite needed. I like the way you think, Richard, and if we're planning on, if I have anybody by my side planning what's coming, I would prefer it be you.
I mean, one of us had to do shit tactically.
True. I had to. Although you know that time they fought each other to the death was pretty cool.
Oh, that was
right?
fucking hilarious.
Right, that was pretty good. And then I kind of like read him, like, then we head back and kind of small talk.
Okay. All right. Anyone else like to do anything before you guys turn in for the night?
I mean, we're not sleeping.
Yeah, they're gonna need
I'm good.
prestidigitation in
But
that,
we
in
are,
that bathhouse.
we basically, shout out, like, bath is open!
Cool.
And then run into the bedroom.
You see the cleric come up like, hold on a
I
second.
told you to bring
Hey,
a mage.
Phil. Phil. Sorry, you got that prestidigitation? Yeah. Okay. I'll be there in a second. And, yeah.
What
got-
did you
I
say?
would
Hey,
love
Matt, is that you?
It's
Hey,
all
Matt
good.
Soul, what are you
Exactly
doing
what
here?
it is. This
That's
is,
not bath salt.
I'm Pumat 4. I kind of had a falling out with everybody, so I'm here to no. The teacher comes up and walks into the bath. Oh dear God. Okay.
You can tell he dates a Wisconsin girl.
All right. Oh jeez. Okay. You hear a snap of his fingers and stuff just goes back onto shelves and water is soothed and whatever mess was on the everything is put back in order. Comes out. It's like, well, that's in the bag. I'm gonna go back to teaching. All right, there, right there, Cassius. Oh, thanks, Phil. I really appreciate it. Yeah, no problem there. Just let me know if you need it again. But, try to make sure we kind of keep an eye on people here. This is a temple after all. Yeah, I know. They've been through hell. Yeah, I understand that adventuring.
Excuse me.
No,
I
Phil,
push
they-
past them and go to the bathroom.
Holy cow, that's a tall one there. Hey,
Yeah,
do you
oh,
think
you
that's
sure
the
is.
one that
It
Jan
is.
Deere had the?
It is. There's a reason
You're
he
not
needs
back.
a
You're
bath.
not even here.
Oh no! Oh, I thought it was back by this point. Walking down the hall. I'm sorry.
No, you're on your way back at this point.
Cool.
You think that's the one who Yondir had? No, Cassius. No, Phil. I'm Cassius. It's a long day.
Cassius, I've just noticed something about you, and I think you might be able to help me out.
What's going on?
Do you have any bod spice on you?
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh, fuck yes.
At advantage, because I'm a hero, or
Well, because he
I'll give
fucking-
you advantage because
he
for
knows
persuasion?
it's all one.
yeah.
Oh,
There we
fuck.
hook
Yeah,
me up
you-
with
you see
stuff
Phil go,
if you could.
You know that's not really the stuff. Don't worry about it, Phil. I'll take care of it. Now, Vinove, how kind of looks behind him.
I mean, come on,
Yeah,
man.
no,
You
it's
just
fine.
forgot you were you.
Phil's not very cool, man. I got you.
I got out. All I heard was, he's not very cool, man.
Greatest session ever.
I know a guy. I'm running low myself, so it won't be my stash, but I'll
Oh.
get you hooked up by the time you're out of there. Is that fair?
Yeah, I'm fine, man.
Oh,
It's
okay.
cool.
No, I got you.
I appreciate it.
Actually, he's more like this. It's like up.
No shit.
All right, yeah, I got you.
Thanks. I'll catch you later.
Yeah, on the flippity flop.
Jesus Christ. The least cool guy ever.
Cool.
So Cassius wanders off, and Phil goes back to teaching the kids. You find the bathhouse in just immaculate order.
Nice. And then I take the world's nicest bath.
It is perfect temperature. It is a little bit cooler than you would expect, but then it just feels that much better after being in hell for that many days.
Cool.
Smells of lavender.
So you finish your bath and leave, and I'm guessing Richard and
I just go to my room and I start writing down everything.
Okay.
Like the tale, I start composing. Doing whatever. The
You
things.
begin to write the tale of Saren Ray's Bays.
I oddly enough, because of
It's a working title.
my daily ritual, I start writing in the back of my book as well.
So both Quildrith and Vinove begin
Mine
their works
much
on...
less cool than his. Mine are like facts and bullet points.
It's
His is
more.
good.
Yours reads more of a historical documentation, as Vinove's is more of
Interesting.
an epic poem of old. There's the proper flourishes wherever the storyteller or DM kind of wandered off and didn't get on point. Vinove is able to fix.
Damn, dude, did you just self-burn for no reason?
I did.
Why do that? You were doing fine, man.
It's great.
Before I let Quill just wander off, could you fucking take a look at this fucking weird circlet I found?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Let me take a
Kinda
look.
burnt and kind of broken, but I don't exactly trust it.
Of course. Did I was kind of confused
On the
during
cat.
the exchange. Did the wand of identify? Did I give that as part of our?
No,
Okay.
the Abraxas was focused on the Oathbreaker's
Oathbreaker.
blade, and as soon as he saw it and identified it, called it good before you even had to
Perfect.
offer that up.
I'll cast the wand of identify on the circlet.
You go to cast it, and nothing happens.
I don't think it's magical anymore. Do I recognize any symbols or anything on it?
It is burnt. It is cracked. It is difficult. It is difficult to. Roll an Arcana check. Let's do that. Let's do it that way. All the whatever damage was done to it kind of covered up and broke up any runes that were there to even.
Unfortunately,
It might have been magical at one point, but even that you're unsure.
I can't tell. If it was magical at one point, I only know of one magical circlet, which would be of intelligence. Which
Cut out.
I don't think it's magical anymore. Actually, I can probably guarantee that since this didn't work. But looking at it, if it was magical, I don't know of many magical circlets. The only one I know of is a circlet of intelligence, which would boost one's intelligence to.
I was just going to make sure it wasn't going to open a portal and eat.
As you
Oh,
guys
no.
are having this conversation, Phil walks by. Oh, you having some trouble identifying there?
Oh yeah, actually, Phil, can you tell me what this is?
Oh yeah, sure. if I may. Kind of holds out his hand.
Phil, you probably want him to hold on to this. This is hopefully not, but could be quite dangerous.
It's literally from hell.
Literally.
It was on a weird cat man. His hands were
okay.
backwards.
Okay, all right. I've read about them. That they're Rakshasa from down south. Okay.
Down south.
South.
Sure.
Like Nort, but different. Reaches out his finger and just kind of just pokes it, and a flash of arcane energy. I was like, well, that's well, it's non-functional anymore. That there's a circlet of detect thoughts. Whatever.
That makes sense.
Part of a pair.
Nasty bitch.
As part of a pair, I think whatever it was connected to it, whoever wears both of them, thoughts are shared between the two, and
that's quite devious.
yeah, it's
I
pretty
would've known
terrible.
that
I would
before we
suggest
went to the
destroying
bedroom.
that right away. I mean, even further.
Would you like me to, or do you want to?
Well, I don't want anything to do with that.
Oh, sorry, I was talking to Richard.
It's
Oh,
it's
I didn't
currently
know.
our only fucking proof other than this glaive that I used to stab people.
Good point. Good point.
We were actually in fucking hell.
You know, that's you. Actually, I do have a few things in this bag. You can. Sorry, Phil. I'm gonna pull him to my room.
Yeah, what
It's
can I
fine.
what
No,
can I
no,
do you for?
No, you're good. Thank you though. There, hey. You're
I think he's
doing a
pulling
great job,
Richard
eh?
into the room.
I
Wait,
pulled Richard into the room.
Are you making fun of me?
No, actually, I just have a problem taking other people's accents. It's a changeling thing. Don't be racist. And I jump into the room and pull Richard.
It's
with me.
it's very fucking annoying. When he does
As
it, I
you
agree.
go into the room and close the door behind you, he's like, he just has that look like, what the fuck, man?
I've got-
Richard through the door is like, "Don't worry, it's annoying. I understand."
I don't. All right, I'm gonna go back downstairs.
I actually have some Cambion heads. They're quite. I don't know how decayed they are at this point, because I don't know what time has happened to them. I do have a lich finger, which God we should get rid of. Can I pull out the lich finger? Is it still moving?
Did you have that? Or did you
I have
Vinove,
those.
no, Vinove
Vinove
had
has
it,
it.
but he put it in the handy haversack. Then I got the handy haversack back from him.
That's right, because you put it in there to make sure nothing.
Yeah.
Crazy happened with it. It's still moving.
I put it back in really fast as I can. And then I have this.
Like it's not like that.
Yeah.
It just every now and then it just still curls.
You can use that to replace Zenevie's finger.
Hey!
Oh, that's funny.
Lyrana would probably appreciate it.
Fucking irony of that one, right?
Wah.
It's laughed at by a lich, gets a lich finger.
I also also have this crumbled stone symbol of Sarin Ray. I pulled it out, which I don't know if those churches went back to where they were.
When you
We saw them disappear.
when you pull out the crumbled symbol, it is more intact than you remember.
Oh, well, look at that. I have a feeling if we find where this goes, the statue might be intact. Anyway, I put it back in. Let's see. Let's see. We gave the sword up. And then I have this broken shield. I pull out the broken shield.
Still have those weird memory orbs.
I do actually. I pull them both out and put them back in.
They
and
still
then-
have the wispy in it.
They still look the same. There is a blue light that is clouded and shifted in black smoke.
And
I think that's all the proof we'll need, actually.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good point you have there. And then let's see. Let me double check here. I have this a key to a door. No one will recognize that. Never mind. That's fucking useless. Yeah, no. These orbs though should do the job.
Did you pull the key out?
Yes. Yeah.
So as you pull the key out, as soon as it touches the air, it becomes scalding hot.
Fuck.
And as you drop it, it clambers to the floor, ting 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 ting,
So
and
that's
just
now
turns to
gone.
ash.
Never mind. I don't have that. Sorry.
I'm sure the orbs will be fine.
Perfect. Thank you for destroying the head, Richard.
That's what I'm good at.
True. I pull out a Cambion head. How does it look?
Gooey.
I just wanted to
You-
describe it.
You pull the Cambion head out, and so you reach into the bag and you think Cambion head, and you feel like 3 of them hit your hand. and because there's only one whose name you know, and as you grab the hair, you feel like a clump of the hair come off,
Oh,
but a
gross.
majority of it's still there. And as you pull it out, the skin is just like droop, a horrible stench.
I'm glad this is your room. I'm out.
I don't go
Goodbye.
back in. I don't go back in. No, that's
It
fair. Yep.
is-
No, totally.
There is like a
Oh,
splot before you're able
oh.
to get it in. There's like a splotch of it on the ground now.
God damn it. Oh, God.
Um,
I burn it away with my sword. Trying not
It-
to burn. Oh, wait, is it carpet or
as-
stone in my room?
As you touch it with
Wait,
your
hold on.
sword,
Is it carpet or
cooks-
stone? Is
It's
it...
stone. But
Okay.
as you touch it with your sword,
Ah,
it
God.
it sears.
Jesus
and you hear
Christ.
And now the smell
I
of
leave.
rancid
I leave. I'm out. I
cooking
leave.
flesh fills the room.
I've made a mistake. Oh, God. Oh, God. And,
I'm out. I'm out. Bye.
yeah, do you have another bed in your... Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. I've deserved this.
So Richard leaves the room, leaving the door open.
I close the door as fast as I
Just a
can.
jar. Just a jar.
It's ajar, and you hear
Is there a window in my room?
there is a window.
I open the window as fast as I can.
So you open the window, and you're like
It's fluff. Yeah.
you're like doing.
I got
this
my
number
cloak
to
and I'm
try-
kind of like wafting it out.
So you're wafting it out. After about a minute or so, you hear down the hall. Oh my God! What is that smell?
I haven't had a chance to have a bath yet. Still from hell.
Oh my! All right. Well, I mean, if you did that in your room, let me know. I could fix it. But
Phil, get in here.
Phil comes in and he opens
Right
the door.
there,
He's
I
like,
point to the
He has
spot.
an extra
Oh,
quickly,
what?
it's awful.
what? What
Can be in head.
is
Don't
that?
ask. Yes, just I thought the flames was a mistake.
You know, I'm really starting to regret that Cassius let you in here.
Hey, Phil,
Yeah.
I've been through hell. I killed Olgamet.
It smells like it, and he
Hey.
snaps his fingers, and then the little goo that was on the floor that filled the room with the
Oh,
stench
Phil,
just
you're a saint.
goes away. And he's like,
You're a saint, but you're not good with people.
"It's
Just
not
relax, it's
my
okay,
thing.
okay.
I'm better with the kids. I'm gonna,
Hey, Phil.
yeah.
Thank you.
Well, you're welcome. Try to
Get the fuck out.
try to keep that in your bag, or
Do you want me to? I'll put it all over your temple if you don't get out. I've had
all
enough
right,
of you.
all right.
Go away, Phil.
Hey, you see, he leaves. You hear him go, "Hey, Cassius, I'd like a word."
Hey, Cassius. I'm sorry. I close the door. Fucking time.
Just had to check on the heads.
I know, right? Just had to do it.
You got to pull those out at some point.
Yeah, I do. That's the sad thing.
All right. So, anything else anyone like to do before you guys turn in for an early evening?
I have to wait.
There is a sock on a door.
Yep, that's why I have to wait till tomorrow.
Okay.
Nope.
Anything else?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. So, I'm guessing there's going to be some interactions in the morning.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So we won't end it there. So, sleep finds you, and it's probably the most comfortable sleep you've ever had in your entire lives. As you lay down, you feel comforted that the fact that not only have you accomplished this mission set by Saren Ray, but that you saved a life or two in the process. And then as you begin to drift off to sleep, that last moment, right before unconsciousness takes you, dread fills your heart. And this impending force is felt, and the words of Asmodeus linger in your minds. You have saved a god. You have saved a dying god and doomed your realm. Your dream
Cut
of-
out.
Mhm.
The last words of Asmodeus resound within your mind the seconds before unconsciousness takes you. You have saved a dying god, but doomed your realm. And you now can go ahead and benefit from a long rest
Whoa.
as you wake up in the morning, having slept for probably about 14 hours, as it was still daylight when you went to sleep and is now dawn again.
Give me an Lorana wake up feeling inspired?
I bet you do.
No, but you wake up not
Eh.
having a sexually transmitted curse.
Roll a dexterity check to see how inspired you are.
you
Acrobatics.
hold on, there's
Constitution.
there's something going
There's
on
something
here.
there. There's something there.
here. Hold
Yeah,
on here.
roll a.
As you
Oh my god.
you Genevieve, you wake up before Lyrana, and as you stir before you open your eyes, you feel a slight panic, and you for a second don't want to open your eyes. You're afraid that if you open your eyes, you'll once again find that she's gone, just like that day in the forest so many years ago. The day that started so much bad luck, so much pain and suffering in your life. And you will yourself to do it, and you see her there, sleeping soundly. A small smile on her face. Vinove, your dreams throughout the night, though you went to sleep with a small tinge of fear, you dreamt of your wife. Correct me if I'm pronouncing this wrong. Quindayar?
No, you got it.
Okay. And in your dream, you see her drifting through space and time. And as she floats, you see her looking around, and she focuses on you. You can see her face. It is as beautiful as the day you met. And a smile creeps across her face, and you wake to the sound of her voice, and you're not sure if it was part of your dream or if you heard it when you woke. And she simply says, "I love you, and I miss you."
Yay!
Quildrith, you wake up and your room doesn't stink anymore,
That's nice.
and you feel emboldened, set on a mission to provide redemption for those like was given to you in your youth.
He's on a mission from Gad.
Mission from Gad. And Richard,
Gotta get
though
that money, save that orphanage.
Get that money.
Richard,
God.
as you
That's
sleep.
fucking hilarious.
Oh shit!
That's literally the plot
Oh,
of Blues
shit.
Brothers. We gotta do this one off now. Fuck yes. Beautiful.
It's
I was like, was I the only one getting that? Seriously?
300 miles to Valendor. It's dark out,
We're wearing sunglasses.
and we're cursed with no sight.
We got half a pack of bad spice.
We got a half a pack of bar spice. Hit it.
Let's roll.
Richard,
Holy fuck.
your dreams, though you are concerned for your family, you know that your deeds gave them safety, and you don't know for sure, but they most likely grew to a ripe old age safely because of your deeds done. And you wake up feeling eager to find those that you might be related to, great grandnephews or nieces, and possibly whatever family Walter left behind.
As long as it's not Reginald. Fuck Reginald.
Fuck Reginald.
Yes, a bit of a bitch.
And you kind of think, oh god, how many freaking kids did Johnny have?
Fucking wandering bard, I'm fucked.
It's gonna take me a while to find all of those.
Let's find the ones I can.
But you feel encouraged by it. All right, so you guys wake up. Anything you'd like to do before we call it?
I go over to Genevieve's door and I knock.
Genevieve, you hear
I
a
move
slight
the
nod.
hair from her face and like I kind of like freeze to make sure she doesn't wake up before I get up and I open the door. Yes.
the knock at the door, Lyrana stirs.
I just kind of like cover up a bit and then I go up to the door. Yes. I'm peering through a very small crack in the door.
Hi. I know you're quite busy, and that's why I didn't want to interrupt you.
Yeah, I'm quite naked, but here you stand knocking. It's
need-
okay. I'm just messing with you.
didn't-
What?
I like you see Quildrith, he like shadows his eyes a little bit. He kind of like looks to the side. I don't know why I'm doing this. I can have boobs when I want. Anyway,
Jesus
and he
But
smacks
did
his-
you just say boobs?
I can. It's a changeling thing. Never mind. I'm going to be starting an orphanage, built from the temple that Andre. I know you only saw a specter of him, whether it be trickery or him actually talking.
Well, he was real to you, so.
Well, he was my father, and I'm going to rebuild his temple and turn it into an orphanage. And with the coming darkness, I will need as many allies as I can. I've already talked to Vinove and to Richard about helping me train the paladins and tell the story, but I would love it if you were, and Lyrana as well, could help tell them of, well, the difficulties that both of you experienced, but you could always what brought you through those, and to give them a more apt perspective, one maybe not quite as easy as everyone else expects. A more
So
realistic.
you mean to do what I've done in every inn for the past 2 or 3 years and tell a tale of woe that it's me?
Yeah, but this time it has a happy ending.
Well, yeah, but we also are facing the end of the world.
Yeah, that's why I want to get the next generation ready for it, and if
I
it
think
does
we're
interest
gonna
you-
be involved in the fight before we have a chance to.
well.
I'll be right there with you the moment we're done facing down the hell demons.
All right. Well, I'll if we get to rebuild it first, I'll include a room for you two. Should it be 1 or 2 rooms? And I wink at her.
You're so
You hear
funny.
Lyrana from the
So
bed.
funny.
One.
Tell her I hope to meet her soon. And then I kind of like bow my head a little bit and step away from the door.
We're gonna be down for breakfast in a minute, but we really do need to get everybody together to talk about our next moves.
Definitely. Any breakfast requests? I'll let them know before you get there.
Steak and eggs.
Steak and eggs,
All the
definitely.
steak.
Oh my god, steak and eggs and bacon. You know what? I'm just gonna go ask for that right now.
Yes. Pancakes. Pancakes. Or
Pancakes.
waffles.
Waffles.
Whichever one's more prevalent here.
You know what? I'll ask him, and then I kind of like hurry down the hall.
Okay.
I slam the door. I'm like, oh my god.
Fucking guy.
You, Genevieve, you jump back into bed and you begin to tell Lyrana about the awesome breakfast that's waiting for you, and she just kind of and this light begins to glow from her hand, and she reaches out, and as she strokes your cheek, you see that light focus, and your eye, your false eye, is almost blinded by it. And as the light subsides and you are able to again focus, it does exactly as you want it to.
Oh! I'm not puking.
Remove curse. It's something I haven't had for a while.
And I look at her eyes to see if she's, like, if they're glowy again or not.
You see a golden glow in the iris.
That's it? That's it? Like, just remove curse from a celestial being? I tried that 60 friggin' times with everybody else, but oh no, they're just normal clerics.
I guess I had the magic touch.
Oh, you got
She's
the
got
touch,
the
huh?
She's got
Like-
the power.
You got the touch, huh? We'll watch this. I can still poke it. Doesn't even hurt. See?
That's-
And it should, right?
She chuckles. And just,
No, it's
"Oh, no,
still
dude,
fake eye.
that's
It's just
fucking
not
disgusting,
curse.
like Ace
Oh,
Ventura
okay.
style. Like,
Yep.
that's fucking looking disgusting, and she leans in to kiss you. Quildrith,
Yeah.
you're running downstairs, and you see Phil walking past the stairs, a little groggy.
Morning, Phil.
Good morning there.
Quill.
Quildrith. Excuse me. We're gonna have breakfast put on here for some of the kids.
Perfect. There's
Would
been
you
some
guys-
requests for the my friends. Is there any chance you have steak, eggs, and bacon available? Also pancakes or waffles.
Steak, eggs, pancakes, and waffles.
That's the request. I'm just a messenger.
Well, I mean, I don't know. That's kind of. I mean, who? You
Where's
hear
the-
Cassius from the background. Just do it, man.
Do I need to get
they're-
some
they're-
supplies for you?
They're fairly important. They get the good stuff. All right. It'll just give me about 20-30 minutes. It'll be ready.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome. Cassius, who the hell are these guys? And he walks over to Cassius, and they begin talking, and you don't really hear what they say, but at one point Phil just kind of turns around.
I know, right?
Well, I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah,
all
the
right.
mask thing.
I'll get right on it. Okay. Yeah. All right. Sure.
Thanks, man. Do you need help at all?
No, we got it.
Good, I'm a
We're teaching
terrible
some of the
cook.
kids to cook as well.
Oh,
You know,
This
life
is-
skills.
that's fantastic.
This is
Hopefully
when
I'll
Genevieve
do
eats a
something
shit
soon.
ton of
do you want-
eggshells.
Do you mind if I watch? You teach them. I'm gonna
That's-
need this skill soon.
Sure. I mean, I appreciate you following it up with some a way to not make it sound creepy, but yeah, come on.
Well, there's other cities in need of such a service that you provide, and I hope to start one.
Oh, I mean, yeah, sure. I'll teach you how to teach. How does
Thanks,
that
Phil.
sound? Okay.
That sounds perfect.
All right. Roll an intelligence check real quick.
Intelligence check.
Intelligence check.
Just straight.
At advantage because he is. taking this-
19.
So
Holy fuck.
he's as he's cooking breakfast, he's actually he doesn't really do anything. He's teaching these kids that were learning to read the day before how to light the fires, how to ensure that the stovetop is evenly heated, and every now and then he turns to you and mentions things like, oh, you know, you want to make sure that when you give an instruction that they understand you and engage them, like, hey, okay, what point do I do this? And
Totally. Yeah.
yeah, so you get a good lesson on learning how to teach someone to do something as simple as cooking a breakfast for a large group of people.
That's awesome. I gotta pee real quick. I'll be right back. That is super cool. Thank you, dude.
Anyone else?
No, I eventually get clothed and drag Verona downstairs.
Okay.
Just head down to breakfast.
All right. Once Ty gets back from his pee break, we'll wrap this up.
All right, could you do me a favor though?
Absolutely.
Turn the piano off.
I'm sorry. Is it annoying? Too loud?
It sounds like the end of a really, really cheesy anime.
It's getting
Oh.
real sleepy in here.
Oh man.
Like a lullaby of, you
It's
know.
getting real sleepy in here.
Yeah.
Is that better?
I'm trying not to yawn. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so relaxing.
Most of my music got taken out with the update last month.
Oh, shit. There you go.
So there was supposed to be something a lot more upbeat than that.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
It was still good.
Updates,
It's
am I
just
right?
like half an hour of that. I was like,
No, that's fair.
okay.
I didn't expect you
I
guys to be
wasn't
engaged
trying to
this
be
long
rude, I
with the
was just
epilogue,
like-
to be honest.
It's got like a half-hour lullaby sung to me.
You guys missed like you guys missed one solid encounter with your escape, so
Nice. Yeah, that's because everybody's just like, run for your lives!
yeah, and
What made the most fucking sense?
Yeah,
Yeah, it
no,
did.
for
Absolutely.
sure.
And the bitch fucking missed me anyway, so.
Okay, so the group of you head downstairs, and this wonderful breakfast of steak and eggs and bacon. There's both pancakes and waffles available, and guys eat a hearty meal together and enjoy each other's company, and it's nice. It feels like a victory, but God, this fucking music is just, it doesn't feel like a victory. Let me see if I have something else. Nope. Yeah, it's all dreary ass shit except for the piano. So, you guys eat a breakfast, and it feels like a victory feast. It reminds you of that hero's feast that you had before battling Olgameth. Though not magically inclined, it does embolden you and lighten your spirits. But as you eat and smile and share funny moments of like when Queldrath convinced a bunch of devils to kill the shit out of each other, and when Genevieve simply tripped trying to walk across a temple, the laughter is hiding an underlying fear of the oncoming blood war and how it might spill over in your realm. And as you drink and eat and make merry, there's this slight tinge, this small taint to the festivities. And though you may smile through it, you all know and lock eyes at certain moments and share glances of fear and concern over the potential oncoming battles. That, unless anyone has anything else, is how we will end the campaign of the Redeeming Faith.
We did it.
Yeah.
Man, we all dang on murder that guy. Man, went down into hell. Man, came up and be like, bam,
Bam!
take his head off.
Man, old,
Fuck
man,
that boy.
Man, take him out, man.
Serious.
Now we came back on. All time passed. You know, dang on old age, man.
You know, you're not wrong.
Cool.
So what'd you guys think?
Fantastic, dude.
Yeah.
Did you guys have fun?
Yeah.
That's the most important thing.
That
It's
was
like
fucking
100 years
awesome.
and they haven't fucking invented anything new, have they?
You
No,
gave
you've
me-
literally been in
Oh,
one
man.
building.
It's gonna be.
You gave me a
interesting.
more successful lesbian relationship than I've ever had in my life. So thank you.
Hey,
I
What are
know
you know,
fantasy
I've
for?
dated two of them.
you go, Mike. You go, Dyke.
Ah!
So 5.
Ah, man.
Mike,
sorry.
Mike's good at providing satisfying lesbian relationships.
Oh man.
What's
Mike is
Good
like
is
the priest
experience.
unit in Age of Empires.
Oh, wololo, wololo.
Wololo. Switch teams.
Holy crap, that's amazing. Oh man.
So obviously, save your guys' characters. If I do another one-off, if you guys want, I can do another one-off, and we can use these same characters to participate in the oncoming Blood War.
Oh yeah.
Fuck
That way-
yeah.
They're,
I think Bonove is legit retired though. Like,
I mean, if you want to roll a new character, that's totally fine. If you want to involve, like maybe Vinove passes on his legacy, or just roll someone
Or
entirely
whoever
new. That's,
came up on his sword.
yeah, that's entirely up to
Yeah.
you.
okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Cool.
if you guys want to do that, or roll new characters for it, or just tell me to fuck off and not do another one-off, whatever is cool.
Genevieve the Unlucky will return with her unlucky points.
Oh
Nice.
yeah.
And if I do a one-off, it'll be a Blood War, just an entirely different system.
Ooh.
Jess
Which-
knows what that means.
Yeah. I actually, dude, wait. Of that
I'm
system,
excited,
we could be like legit part of the Blood War.
What system?
I don't know what this.
Let's see. Well, if it's the one I'm thinking of, it's one that where all players are kind of tainted. But that's part of the
Terribly.
game, like horribly. It'll be
I'm more
interesting.
tainted than you.
Oh, you're a little hungry? You're gonna have to kill that motherfucker if you want to fully sate your hunger.
Yeah.
Oh no,
'Cause
I've
we-
got some
Go eat dinner.
dark shit
Del
planned for the Blood
Vampire.
War for you guys.
Yeah, see, Bonove deserves to go to retirement.
Dude, he fucking. I loved his like. Who wants this sword?
He's
Tree?
gonna stay behind
Okay.
and watch the orphanage. while Everybody else goes off and dies.
Holy shit!
Seriously.
It's really funny. I had the idea for the orphanage, not knowing like what everything, how the ending would go, and so I'm really happy it worked out pretty well. Like it was
Oh.
a.
And for your characters for these weapons, or Vinove for yours, make sure you put a note in D&D Beyond or something that, you know, the 2d6 radiant, because you'll be keeping that.
That's permanent,
Yeah,
dude.
it is a gift from the gods.
That is fucking legit. All right, I'll go and add it to my D&D Beyond right now.
Cool.
Until I maybe realize a year from now when I'm doing my next one-off, like, oh, that's too broken. Never mind.
It is pretty good. I'm just gonna warn you right now.
That's all right. I'll just balance things for much higher levels.
I
Just
mean,
make shit harder.
yes, but
Oh man, guys, I feel kind of bad because I fucked up the Olgameth fight.
What?
Yeah,
It's fine.
there was a lot of shit with Olgameth that like his healing factor. I forgot for most of the rounds. He had legendary actions that I forgot about. He had let me,
Weird grabby shit.
Let me just drop his thing real quick, just so you guys can see.
I am kind of curious.
He had weird grab hands.
Yeah. Olgameth. Oh, I missed the H.
Yeah, so did I.
I had everything but the H.
Olga.
I only have info and bio, and it's not showing his full
Oh,
sheet.
it's not showing his character sheet. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's a bummer.
Can you show to players?
I did show to players.
Oh, weird. Yeah, it looks like
Close it out and try it again.
Okay. Olgameth.
It might not.
I think it's because
Oh,
he's
you
an
know what?
NPC.
Let me do this.
Oh, there you go. That should do it.
There you go.
There it is. Yep, got his character sheet now. All right. Massive grip. Olgameth can grapple any creature medium sized or smaller with one hand, sacrificing his claw attack. 8 spellcasting. Corrupting touch. Any creature that ends its turn by being grappled by Olgameth must make a wisdom saving throw DC 21 or add a 1 point of corruption.
Yeah.
Ooh, thank God we are immune to poison. That's bite is vicious.
I don't think that bite ever even hit though.
He had-
It did a couple of times, but you guys were
yeah, it hit me.
immune to poison, so
Ooh, we have whole monster.
Sorry, I don't believe that bite ever actually hit Richard.
Ooh, wall of
I-
fire. That would have been suck.
No, I got screwed pretty hard on one of the attack rounds.
if he did a full round,
Yeah,
if he did
the
a full round of attack on people, it was like 100 plus or
Devastation.
90s in the damage.
Yeah.
See, legendary
Oh
actions.
shit, the corruption touch.
Yeah, dude, that is serious.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have fucked a few of us.
That's why he tried to grab Richard so many times, because Richard was
Gotcha.
literally 1 point away from being corrupted.
What were his legendary actions?
Oh,
Compensation.
son.
Jesus
Oh.
That
Christ.
sound like, no, don't touch me. Don't touch me, bro. Fuck off,
Yeah.
bro. Stop.
No
Uh,
problem.
What would have happened if he was corrupted?
He would have been.
He would have switched sides. Oh, you know what? I
Jesus.
think.
Oh god, he would have been a fucking happy murder
I mean,
ring.
we'd have died. Let's be real.
Oh,
Like-
that would have
like we
fucking
could have
killed us.
like between the damage output between the monster and Richard, it would have just been like
disgusting.
we couldn't have healed through it. We could barely heal through the base damage without his legendary actions. I mean, Jesus.
But yeah, I wrote for everyone a corruption vision, which was going to be weird because it would have had to kick everyone out of chat
Holy shit.
for a few minutes. But it would have
Turned into some darkest dungeon bullshit.
Yeah, you would have switched sides wholeheartedly. And
I am. I'm very curious with mine. Anybody
let me
else
see
curious?
here.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to know what the hell. What does evil Vanova look like?
Oh shit!
So
there's-
neutral to me
there's
that I was like
one.
Filthy neutrals.
exactly.
Dude, roll 20 was Vanova. I'm so sorry, yours isn't on here.
No, that's
I have it. I have it saved, so I can post it up tomorrow. And
Can you give him like the bullet points?
Vanova, yours was if I remember, it was a vision that Saren Ray had awoken a lich and sent it to your village.
Oh yeah, I already knew that.
Yeah. The demon that had corrupted Rickon was unearthed by Saren Ray, and then Rickon was pushed into its deal because she took she took her holy powers from him and whispered to him that the only way to actually accomplish and to do these deeds or to take this power from another entity. Pretty much every life-changing point in your backstory was Saren Ray doing it out of either boredom or just looking for a good laugh.
Oh man,
Huh.
you made
I
me
will-
kill Andre, you piece of shit. Saying that I'll be quite entertaining because I didn't know my parents, or and then that my parents were corrupted by her. That's good.
Is it on there?
That's what it
You didn't
seems.
kill Andre. She did.
Oh, she was the cloaked figure. Okay. Perfect. I thought it was me. I
No,
was
no,
speed
you
reading.
watched it, unless I wrote it wrong.
I was speed reading, so you're probably right. Yep, you're right.
Yeah. She urged the thief to burn the temple, killing Andre. Got quite a bit of
And
enjoyment.
she made my parents abandon me? Damn.
Yeah.
Harsh.
Well, no, she made you a changeling,
Ah. Which made them abandon me.
which made them
Oh, you
abandoned.
got our corruptions up here. Ooh. Oh,
Damn.
So these are the visions that you guys would have had your
corruption
points,
taking us over.
come to fruition. Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
It would have been great too, because had you done it before the battle with Olgameth, it would have been totally up to you to whether reveal yourselves as corrupted or just go along with the party.
Betrayal 5.
Betrayal. Sarah, right.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge from the Rakshasa.
Damn.
Can't trust them. They're backwards hands.
Can't
Zero.
trust this.
Janus.
No. Beautiful. All right. So next week, go ahead and enjoy your week off, everybody.
True.
I'll be doing a one-off with Meredith, so you guys will know finally what happened with her character while she was in her crystal.
Yay!
Did want to ask everyone if there's a better day than Tuesdays for D&D. Leica has a figure drawing class Tuesday nights that I'd like. So we don't have to answer now, but if you have any pitches, we can figure that out later.
I'm out for Fridays because
just
I'm DMing a game on Fridays.
Bastard.
You said no Fridays?
Yeah, I'm DMing another game on Fridays.
Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday maybe, not Saturday.
Sunday is
Yeah.
a good possibility for me.
I could do Sundays.
We could do longer games if we did Sunday,
It's true.
which
Yeah.
I'm always down for.
No, thank you. Nah,
DJ doesn't have the attention span for long games anymore.
just I'm content with the length of the games as they are.
That's fair. All
Cool.
right.
So we'll
DM a
get that
6-hour game
figured
is
out
rough.
in the last.
All right.
Cool.
Cool.
But I'm down for a change as long as it's not Fridays. Don't make me choose between my game and this game.
No,
No.
don't do that.
Make the
Yeah.
decision, Michael. No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
Do it.
I would choose.
Yeah, if
this one.
Sunday sounds
Do
cool
it.
with everybody,
Do
that's
it.
like one of the few open days I have, and that would also open me up to be able to use Tuesdays for my new female meeting. So
Cool.
Cool.
All right.
Birchin.
All right, guys.
That's supported
good
from us.
stuff.
I'm down for it as
I
well.
will talk to you all later. I'm going to bed.
adios,
dude.
muchachos.
Later.
Bye.
Oh, he already left. Does anybody have any notes for me? Anything I could do better? Anything I could?
I have some if you want to do it off,
Yeah,
Mike.
Whichever.
Is anybody else even here?
I think.
Yes.
Brian and
Okay.
Jessica- Did you two have anything for me?
Only
I don't get butthurt about feedback.
only like a minor thing of like if since there was quite a few portions of us sneaking around and like I know there was only like a few instances of like empty space. Instead of and this is really weird because I was thinking about this today because Matt Colville released a video on it. I was like, hey, if if it's something, if there's nothing for them to find, just it's okay to fast forward to the next part. You don't have to make them earn every step. And it's funny because I've had this problem in the past of trying to make everybody earn every step of the journey when really, for expediency and fun's sake, most of the time, if there's nothing that's going to happen, it's okay to fast forward.
Yeah, we kind of started doing that towards the later end of the prison when I realized.
Which I
yeah.
did appreciate. It was just one of those things I was thinking about.
It's difficult because I don't want to be like the only interesting points or points where shit happens because it's like, what's gonna happen? Oh yeah, it's nothing because it still
Yeah.
leads to. But yeah, no, I kind of like, especially watching some of the older Twitches. It's like there's like half an hour of sneak up to this cage. What's in it? Nothing. Sneak
Yeah.
up to this cage. What's in it? Nothing. Yeah, so I know I get that.
And then unless it's like a super crit fail, always try to make your characters, like if you're describing their actions back to them, make them seem either heroic or like interaction. It's fun to add the jokes and everything, and like you kind of like do this kind of goofily and everything like that. But since it's their characters, make it heroic and everything like that. Because every once in a while it feels bad, like when you're like, I didn't crit fail anything. Why am I such a doofus? You know?
That's fair. Yeah. Okay.
And that was early on. You stopped doing that. That was like I remember like it was early on. Richard was like running past the anti-paladin and around, and you're like you go around and you do this like shimmy thing, and like, it was kind of weird. I was like, okay, that's
I think
fair.
it was with a chain devil.
Yeah,
like,
it was
instead of
something.
getting grappled, he shimmied out of it. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
Other than that,
Sometimes
like,
you just shimmy though.
you learned so much during this small campaign that I guess it wasn't that small, but you learned so much during this campaign that you really any other things I had, you already have corrected. You're doing amazing, man.
Thanks, man. This one-off turned into a
Half campaign.
16 off?
Yeah.
15 off? I think this was 15 sessions.
Well, we started the new year.
Let's count.
It's April. So 12, 14, 15, yeah, 14 or 15 off.
16 off.
Damn, nice job.
16 on the 16th. The numbers align.
Overall, pretty bitchin'.
Cool, thanks, man. And as long as everybody had fun, that's the main goal.
Hell yeah. It was my first game of 5e that I've got to be a player in.
And you survived.
Not
Barely.
just barely.
At one point, you were a bloody crater. Let's be fair.
Yes, at 2 points, I was a bloody crater.
Oh, you were only unconscious once, weren't you?
No, twice.
Twice.
Yeah.
Damn. Thank God for healers.
Put so much work into that fucking healer.
Dude, I honestly thought you guys were going to kill Cal when you found him or leave him. I had to build that whole character like, oh my God, I need to build this character tonight.
It's beautiful.
I don't think anyone else is here.
I think Brandon was still there.
Right here.
No, sorry.
Jesus. Just trying to do math for fuck's.
Oh,
Delicious.
math. Who needs math?
Did you stop streaming?
Still broad.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Night, everybody. Thank you for
Goodbye,
watching.
everybody. This is the end of
The
Mike's
redeeming faith.
the redeeming faith. Mike's DMing. We'll be back to Ty here shortly, and well, yeah, maybe I'll see you guys in maybe a year or so.
Well, he'll still be here for the regular game.
Yeah, I'll still be here for the regular game, but probably won't be doing another one-off for maybe a year or so until Ty gets
Sorry.
Ty gets tired of DMing again. So check you later, Twitches.
Who knows? I might sweep in and do a weird thing.
Hell yeah.
I'm down.
Vampire's built into Roll20 apparently.
It is, actually. I didn't know that. I was going to